Hey y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Let's talk about it. Y'all know I had to try to transition out of the news back into P Valley. Yes, I had to transition out of the news and into P Valley. Y'all, we got to talk about this finale. We got to talk about it because it shook me up. It shook me up. It shook me up. First of all, how y'all doing? I hope everybody is good. I'm glad to see everybody. Y'all, this is unreal. Listen, it's so unreal. I need season three now. I need season three now. I'm for real. Because y'all saw what I posted after I watched it. It was too many loose ends. I didn't feel right about that. I didn't. It bothered me. It bothered me on a deep level. Because how you gonna leave us with this type with all these unanswered questions? Y'all that created more questions than answers. I was shook up and I enjoyed every doggone minute of it. I was shook up. I was glad that I was right about some things. I was not happy that I was right about other things. I felt some type of way about Mississippi situation, but I also felt like she kind of brought it on herself. We all saw it. Let's not pretend. Let's not even pretend. We know that heifer brought it on herself. So let's get into this thing, man. I'm traumatized. I'm just traumatized. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well, let me greet everybody before I start running my mouth because I got so much to say. And once I start talking, I might not, get it all right. I might leave something out. Queen Mermaid here. Girl, I was texting you and you already here. Thank you. I'm so glad you there. Hold on. One of our sisters just texted. She got some family stuff going on. We'll talk about that amongst family. You know, I have it in on our hospitality tab in Discord. So anyway, let me finish greeting everybody. Happy to be happy. Good to see you. All right. Ashley. I know Ashley was ready, child. Ashley was over there in a news update saying what's going on with P Valley. So I know Ashley ready to talk about all of it. Bianca, yes. Girl, this wasn't right. Listen, we're gonna have to go in Zoom so we can really talk about this after this. Or we can go over in Patreon, wherever y'all want to go. But I want to hear what everybody got to say. And for whatever reason, y'all be scared to talk out here. But this thing, I need to be consoled. This did something to me. Learning to love myself, girl. I'm glad you back. We got a leader up in here. I know you ready to go. Kenya 330, what's up, girl? All right, Cheryl, you came over here for the review too? Okay, Nisi, you ready? Man, look, why I feel like Vivian Green. I'm on an emotional roller coaster. Y'all remember that song? Hey, Queen. Okay, I'm glad you're here. Let me greet everybody. Kim Bird, you came over here for the review. I'm so glad. Quiet Storm 87 here for the review. Event, it was good, but it was just so emotional. I was so tense. Oh man, Rochelle, what's up, girl? I'm glad you're here. TC Banks, what's happening? Oh man, y'all. I was just sitting there like, what am I watching? How is this happening? Is this really going down? Was I really right about this? Oh man, Vita's here from Denver. Man, it was a lot. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a lot. That is not all I'm gonna say. I'm wrong. Hey, Angel Baby. Hey, Miss Mo1. Listen, they need to come back this year. It does not need. They do not need to wait to 2023 after they put us through all of this. That's too many months to wait. That's not right. Okay. Hey, Angela Boozer, how you doing? C Mays, how are you? You said I need Katori to plug the plot hole between Big Bone, Haley, and Diamond ASAP. Honey, I think I don't know. I got my theories. We're going to talk about the theories too. I cannot wait. Latanya Hudson, how you doing? Y'all forgive me, I got a little cough. If you hear me cough, I'm not dying. Candy R, what's going on? It left you confused. It left me anxious, pissed off. Like, oh, don't worry. Hey, Jacob, I know you've been waiting for us to get into it too. That's cool. Listen, you know, I'm always on top of talking about TV shows, gossip, whatever. We still got to talk about the news. We cannot, as Black people, be so caught up on playing around that we miss things that are really important to our lives. We can't do that, because that, to me, is the epiphany of ignorance. That is the apex of ignorance. We can't do that. Child, me either. What's up, E. Davis? All right, all right. So I think I got everybody. Yeah, I got everybody. So let's dig in. Anybody else come in? If I miss them, don't y'all miss them, please. So first of all, they come on with that 7 pounds of pressure playing, and I don't know, that song give me chills now. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like it's a real song. Like, it really gave me chills. I'm just like, ooh, because it's a double meaning. Like, it hits a few people in that show, because if you look at it from that standpoint, it ain't even just, you know, 7 pounds of pressure as far as pulling the trigger. But like, if you look at it from the standpoint of taking a life, like, we got lives being taken left and doggone right. So I was like, ooh, it gave me chills. Like, I was sitting there like, yeesh, is this really happening? But it was. What's up, Dana Cutler? Okay. So now listen. Then they start off the whole episode. Yes. Oh my God. It hit so hard. It hit so hard. Like, it was to the extent that it was just like, didn't it give you chills? Like, you how you can feel the pricklies on the back of your arm and the back of your neck. Look, deeper meaning, baby. Nacho Twist mama say that show need a soundtrack, because that ignorant opening song takes you every time. Listen, dying in the valley. Let me say, I don't know what it is. And well, I do know what it is. It's the affinity I have for my folks, and I love our dialects. And not just that Southern dialect, because I am old nasty Southern girl. But I love the dialects, the different dialects that we have as people. And if y'all don't mind, let me take a minute and just talk about it, right? It's something beautiful about the dialects of Black folks. Now, the only thing that I feel like this show missed on was getting the authenticity of the dialect of Mississippi. I think that it missed on that regard. Everything else, superb, I enjoyed. But I think they missed that. And that would have been such a beautiful part to really explore and dig into, is getting into the actual beauty of that dialect. And I think what happens with Black folks for sure is that, especially in this country and other countries too, we get shamed so much for being us that we think the only thing that is acceptable is imitating them, and not understanding the beauty of and legitimizing our own dialects. So much so that when it's time to deliver them on screen, attention is not paid to how it's done. And I don't like it. Like, you know, anybody with a brain knows that I'm able to speak proper English in any time I choose. But y'all also know that I will foray into dialect anytime I get good and doggone ready. And that's even when I'm giving the FNN. Reason being, it's not a matter of ignorance or play acting. It's the fact that I have an affinity for our own dialects. And that is honestly the one big critique that I have for this show. I wish they paid more attention to getting the authentic dialect. Having Autumn, Lakeisha, Haley, Savage, whoever Yellowbone Heifer was, you know, supposedly she was out of Houston, I think, or she ran from Houston. They have their own dialect here. You know what I mean? And they didn't get that right. You had Big Bone that was supposedly out of Houston. They didn't get that dialect right. You had Uncle Clifford and them supposedly from Mississippi. They did not get that dialect right. Hey, Morgan's Musings. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go and get the critique out the way before I give them all their kudos. Because that's real. Let's respect the dialects. You know, much like we clowned Sonya Richards Ross last night for messing up that Jamaican dialect, that patois. Why she messed up them folks' dialect, I don't know. And that's her heritage. And she was up there just jacking it up. Like, don't do that. Respect it. Respect it. It's history there. You know, it's connecting the dots between our own languages and when other people's languages were forced on us. So I feel like we need to respect them dialects. It's no different than if I'm watching, you know, anything in African cinema. When I hear the pidgin being spoken, I have a strong affinity for pidgin. So when I hear people talk pidgin, it warms my heart. Let's get it correct. I want Couture to pay attention to that for next season because I love this show and I ain't gonna never stop loving this show. But I didn't care for that. LJ Forever said Autumn's accent got worse since season 1. Her UK slip was showing. It's true, and they do it so much. They do it so much. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm not real comfortable, and I don't really care how they sound either. I'm not real comfortable with them bringing in people from other places to tell American Black stories for that reason. You cannot capture the spirit of a character because you do not have the same spirit as the person you're trying to portray. I ain't really care for that. I ain't really like that. I'm glad you didn't miss it, Shade Queen, because you know I'm finna get into it. Right. We gotta respect. We gotta respect the dialects. Yes. Okay, Dana. And I love to hear people talk that good old Geechee. I love to hear them talk that good Geechee. South Carolina Geechee and South Florida Geechee. Because that's two different things. And I love to hear us talk that old Florida talk, that old nasty Florida drawl. I love to hear Georgia talk, that old sweet, silky, bougie Southern drawl. I love to hear Mississippi with that low down Delta Southern drawl. You have to respect it. Every state in the South does not have the same accent. Every state in the South does not have the same accent. And it's almost insulting when you hear people say, oh, a Southern accent. There's no such thing, baby. Everybody got their own flavor. And when we hear each other talk, we know what we're hearing. When I hear Georgia, I know it's Georgia. My mama's a Georgia girl. So I know Georgia when I hear Georgia. When y'all hear me talk, that ain't nothing but mankind in Florida in my throat, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love to hear our folks out of South Carolina. I love to hear North Carolina people, not them New York folks that moved down there. Shout out to y'all, but this ain't about y'all today. I love to hear them folks out of Mississippi talk. That's a whole different voice. I love to hear the people out of Alabama talk. That's a whole different voice. So I really want them to take a little more time in trying to be authentic in representing and presenting Southern Blackness on the screen, because that is a beautiful thing. It is unique. It is beautiful. It is as unique as a thumbprint. And I think they need to do a little bit better. You said you had to rewind a few times to understand what was being said. I understood it, but it was a poor representation of how we actually talk in the bottom. And I'm not going to say we as in Mississippi, because I'm not a Mississippi girl. But I know plenty of folks out of Mississippi, and they did not nail it. They didn't nail that at all. Jacob says it was announced today that her character won't return to the series. Well, I'm glad, because she need to go far, far away. Far, far away. Right, y'all know what I'm saying? Shade Queen, you a Florida girl too? Where you from, girl? LJ say, now Idris did an excellent job with the difficult Baltimore accent, but I feel you would have an outsiders tell our story. Yeah, I don't like that. And y'all know I love me some Idris. Lord knows I do. But I don't really like that, because even when they try to nail it, you really don't. It's almost like, okay, let me tell you. One of the reasons why I think that happens, and I know I'm sidebarring before I get into the review, but that'll give a few more people time to get in the room anyway, because I like to go ahead and tell it like it is. Yeah, New Orleans, they definitely have their own flavor. I appreciate you, Auntie Eva. But okay, you say all up and through your mama's side, them South Carolina Geechies. I respect it. I respect it. Hey, Maybelline. So the reason why I feel like you'll see clear folks, hey DH, end up bringing in people that are not from here to tell our stories. It's not that the actors are slighting us, and I don't want anybody to misunderstand what I'm saying. The actors themselves are not slighting us, but a lot of times the clear people in charge are doing that because when we tell our own stories, there's a certain visceral quality, there's a certain authenticity and power that comes along with it that they do not want conveyed. Perfect example. Me and baby girl was talking about American Gods, the series. Did any of y'all watch American Gods? Because I did. I started not to. And I was telling her, I ended up watching American Gods because I saw that clip from Mr. Nancy. That was Orlando Jones when he played Anansi. And so you love that show. I did too. Well, Orlando was helping and doing a lot of the writing during season 1. They fired him before season 2, so I didn't watch it no more. You did watch it. Okay. So what's so interesting is that they got rid of him because they didn't like the authenticity and the anger that comes with American blackness. There's an anger and an aggressiveness that comes with American blackness that they don't like, and they despise it, and they want to quiet that sound because that sound will ignite anger and aggression in the black and other folks around the world. You know, every I guess you could say enclave of blackness, because we have been scattered to the four corners of the globe by our open enemies. Make no mistake about it. Nisi said they did the same thing with Hotel Rwanda. Accents that were portrayed took some of the authenticity out of the story for me. Exactly. That's why they do it, to take away your authenticity. That's what it is, because your authenticity is power. Your blackness is not just a complexion, it is your divine connection to God himself. Your blackness is metaphysical. It's power in it. It's in our voices. They may imitate our speech and vernacular, but you cannot imitate the frequency that our voices travel on. They did fire him for that monologue. That monologue was powerful. That monologue was powerful. Right. And as you come up the state of Florida, the talk is different. South Florida sound different from where I'm from. You get up to the panhandle where what we say Floribama. They're a little more Alabama than Florida. They don't talk like us like that. But what I'm getting at is every one of our enclaves or corners of blackness, it brings something different. We need the blackness from the continent to be authentic. We need the blackness that's in the Caribbean or the West Indies to be authentic, because that's a different spirit, a different energy. We need the blackness in the UK to be authentic to their experience when you're telling their stories. Blackness in Canada, blackness in America, in different regions of this huge plantation we call America. We need authenticity because there's a different spirit that's lended to each place. And when you don't adequately or correctly convey that spirit, you take away something from the story. And the reason I'm going there with this is because when Clifford started talking about his family owning that land, I felt like we could have gotten so much more of a powerful moment out of that scene had we had authenticity in the voice. It's something about the voices. I can write down my story and I can have you tell it, but if you don't tell it in the right voice, it don't do the same thing. Y'all get what I'm saying? Am I being too picky? But I felt like if we could have got the dialect right, that as much as we enjoyed it, I feel like it would have been 10 times more. Just my opinion. LJ say, right, they want to downplay white atrocities and the full black experience. Right, they want to water down our experience and pretend that those clear atrocities just weren't so bad. What's up, Mimi? I'm glad you're here. What's up, Toffee Mocha? You get what I mean? Like, we need the authentic voice. What's up, Nene Ashley? Thank you so much. We need those authentic voices because guess what? We all got a story to tell. We all survived their terrorism because that's what it is, and that's what it was, and that's what it still is. We survived their terrorism by different means, and so our spirits are different. We're connected. We are different, many branches to the same tree, to the same root. But every branch got a story to tell. And I feel like when they take away that authenticity, they're some way trying to wipe out the story that's connected with that branch. And I'm not a fan of that, if I'm going to be real. I'm not a fan. I don't like it. Bianca says you're absolutely right. They had to hear that particular scene to know what you mean. You felt every word he said. Yes, I felt it. And Bianca, I wanted to really feel it, like really deep down on a cellular level, but it was just something missing in the voice. The dialect wasn't just right. Mississippi has a strong history of Black strength, Black suffering, clear terror. And so the survival of those people carries with it a particular poignant pain and triumph. And I wanted to get that out of his voice in that moment, and I wasn't able to get it. Y'all know Mississippi got a hell of a history. What's up, X? Child, how you been? Where you been? TC Banks says, agreed. Though I love Uncle Cliff, the accent just don't give Mississippian. It doesn't. It does not. It's not. It didn't give. And I wanted it to so bad because there were so many moments where a powerful statement could have been made, and instead it just came out as an entertaining statement. Cheryl said, right. That's why they try to take over our narratives and reduce us intellectually. You're right. And that's why we cannot reduce ourselves. That's why when we get education, we cannot just say, okay, to prove how educated I am, I'm going to erase my Blackness. I went and got an education, and I think I turned my Black up. I turned my Black up. I turned the volume up. Hey, Nap Queen, what's happening, gorgeous? What a beautiful picture. Ah! I told y'all all the pretty girls come to the porch. Thank you, Angel Baby. I just want y'all to understand where I'm coming from. I don't want y'all to think I'm being funny or crazy. I really mean what I'm saying. Like, there was so many opportunities for the moments to be more powerful. Right. They want to wipe out what is ours, and they want to wipe out everything that makes us to diminish it, because then it's easier to steal and co-opt. You can't steal the divine. So they're doing their best to wipe out your divinity. Y'all will catch that later. LJ Forever says, TC Banks, yeah, Uncle Cliff is from Detroit. I'm from Detroit and have been told our accents sound country, but it doesn't sound the same. It doesn't. And Detroit has their own story. So I ain't trying to take away from that either. You know, everybody got a story to tell. Every branch has its own unique sound and spirit. And I want us as Black people to normalize honoring that. We need to honor that. Yes, every area got their own twang. We need to honor that. If we start to honor it, you know they won't be able to ignore it. Hey, Silver Diamond. When we honor it, they won't be able to ignore it. Yeah, it's a whole different thing, but shout out to them too. Hello, Cece. How you doing, beautiful? I texted you. I'm going to text you again. So anyway, let's get into the show, because I had to give that critique first, and I felt like I needed to qualify it with an explanation, because a lot of times when we start talking about stuff like that, you know, Samuel L. Jackson kind of hit on it, but he didn't expound. And so people were able to twist his words and put it as, oh, he's being xenophobic. He don't like Black people from other areas. Nah, that's not it, boss. That ain't it. It's not about not liking, because y'all know I love Black. I represent Black. I commune with Black. I bond with Black. I love Black from every corner of the globe. But we need to respect the spirit of each area. Hey, Lala, because it helps us to tell a more powerful story. If I can't tell your story in Liberia the way you would tell it because I didn't live it, it's not in my genetic memory. I can't tell that story. But if you ask me to talk about Marion County, Florida, I can tell you that story. And it's going to be authenticity. And you will feel the power in my retelling of the hanging of black folks on the downtown square in Ocala. You'll hear the authenticity in my voice when I start talking about, the atrocities that took place in Cotton Plant and Buzzard Roost. Because I can tell you that that's in my genetic memory. So let's normalize honoring our differences, honoring the spirit of where you're from in a way that it makes it impossible for outsiders to ignore it and disrespect it. That's all I'm saying. Let's normalize that. So on to this review, now that I have critiqued them in them horrible accents, because I had to. I couldn't take no more. So I'm glad to hear that Haley, Lakeisha, Autumn, Savage, Sunshine, Williams, Johnson, Yellow will not be back with her trifling self. I told y'all I didn't like that heifer. Remember I told y'all I didn't like her? And now we see why I didn't like that heifer. Okay? So we start off with Andre and his wife arguing while Haley's sitting up there watching. Mind you, she still ain't told that man she told no baby, so she done took the baby and ran. Or if you believe what Whisper said, the babies and ran. The children's and ran. Okay? Right. Trifling and non-acting is very typical in what you expect from somebody that look like that. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that where it's at. Now, they going back and forth. I don't understand what Andre White fighting about. What you fighting for? That man came home and caught you in the act of singing karaoke on Dante. Y'all heard what I said? He came home and caught her in the act of singing karaoke with Dante, just practicing. She was rocking the mic. Yes, she did live up to the name Savage. Sure did. But anyway, so she up there showing a fit, throwing a fit, talking about she want to rip somebody lace front, calling the girl light bright. I'm like, girl, are you upset because he doing what you doing? Or are you upset because the girl yellow? Like, let's figure out what you mad about. Let's give it a name. Let's give it a name. This what I don't understand. Yeah, she into some deeper stuff. It's something going on with that heifer. And I feel like, well, I'm not going to get into that because y'all know I hate to skip ahead because I done went too far and then have to come back. Yeah, she spat that microphone out her mouth so fast, I think I would have died of shame. And I'm trying to figure out how the hell she even stand flat-footed in a man's face after he done seen you with another man's Mr. Microphone in your mouth. I don't understand how you show your face after that. She a bold one, ain't she? You say she been singing on that pin. She just got caught. Right. Yeah, she was singing karaoke on Dante. Sure was. She borrowed his microphone. We seen her. You say men don't forget that act too easily or ever. Well, Quiet Storm, let's ask the question. If you came home and your husband was drinking from somebody else's water fountain, would you forgive that? And you seen him with his face down drinking water out the water fountain, would you forgive that? Yeah, making music and all like that there. What you doing that for? You think it's both? It was the fact that he got her back and the fact that the girl was yellow. Do you know what? That's crazy. That's crazy. He doing what he doing to you, but the fact that she yellow was just insult to injury. How so, ma'am? How so? Unless you insecure about your pretty brown skin. Why the yellow bother you? Unless you insecure about your pretty brown skin. Do you feel like somehow she on a different level than you when she ain't nothing but a dirt dauber? Yeah, thank you, Miss MO1. She a whole fool. Andre looked her dead in her face and said he loves another woman. Hell, she's still arguing for. Girl, do you know that conversation would have been over? He said you can go marry the man you should have married. Because you still love him. She's talking about, no, I still love you. How? You love him, but you was up there borrowing somebody else's microphone, girl. Lala, I would have been embarrassed for her, but I was just like, the audacity. You just took a microphone out your mouth and you still talking? How are you still talking after that man caught you borrowing somebody's Mr. Microphone? I just don't understand. I'm not ready. Emmy, get that thing. Yeah, that'd have been a wrap. I wouldn't have showed my face nowhere ever. I'd have left home. I'd have left the state. You say no forgiveness. You say that'd have been a wrap for you. You'd have caught him drinking out the microphone, drinking out somebody else's fountain. Hell no. I'm just saying, Shade Queen. You know I got to keep it clean. I don't really do the filthy talking, so I got to keep it clean. But we sure gonna talk about what they did and didn't do and what had happened. Okay. Now you know, ladies, if you come home and that man is in your bed where you got to sleep, saying drinking from somebody else's water fountain, if you don't kill him, you surely ain't finna stay with him, because every time you see him, you gonna see somebody else's microphone, somebody else's water fountain up to his mouth. Now that's what you gonna see. Your mind ain't gonna let you see nothing else. So I ain't gonna necessarily knock a man because he can't get past that, because hell, I wouldn't have got past it either. Ain't no use in me fooling you. Ain't no way in hell I'd have got past that. Ain't nothing he could have told me to get past that. We'd have been all in, baby. All in. Now that's just real. Ain't no use in me lying. Egypt Nile in the building. You say, right, she a whole doctor and Haley is a homeless stripper. How could she possibly feel inferior? You know what I'm saying? That's what lets you know that the inferiority complex, the clearness, and even the proximity to it is real. Somebody who is a whole orphan dirt dauber. This child ain't even got no parents, let alone a pedigree, and you feeling inferior to her on account of you think she got some proximity to clearness. Get the heck up out of here. You say she want her cake and eat it too. That wasn't no cake in her mouth, sis. That wasn't no cake. Say exactly. That conversation would have been over after Andre said that. It'd have been over way before. I wouldn't have never went to that man's house to show my face. Lord, Mimi said, well, she was trying to see how. I'm through. That's all I'm saying. Jacob says, something tells me that wasn't Andre's wife first singing audition. I don't think so either, Jacob. I think that she was handling that microphone like an expert, and that she was a veteran. She was a veteran songbird. Okay? Cheryl says she should have just stayed home with Dante. Andre clearly told her he was in love with the dirt dog, but Haley. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Mimi says she was trying to see how many licks it take to get to the center. Oh no. I'm done. Yeah. Say Haley ain't that cute. I think Mississippi is the best looking one on the show. Mississippi is pretty. That's a pretty heifer. That's a pretty heifer. She is. But I like Mercedes' face too. I think she's pretty. Some of the other girls that be back there stripping, they pretty. You know what I mean? But Haley is real basic and not authentic looking. She look real plastic and very unspecial. Very unspecial. You say that would be the taps for me. Right. Yeah, listen, I ain't even got a question, y'all. I already know y'all ain't finna tolerate nobody drinking out no water fountains. Yeah, say after she got done singing, she had the nerve to tell him to put on a mask. A mask? Girl, where was your mask? Why you... Well, let me shut up. I guess you can't wear a mask and do that. Yeah, she looked real great value. Yeah, if I'm going to be real, I prefer the look on Mercedes because you can see that it's less cut. You don't see in my opinion, when I look at Mercedes' face, and we just going to talk beauty competition, it's the finale, so I guess we can get into everything and critique it all. If I'm going to look on beauty alone, I actually prefer Mercedes' face to Mississippi's face. And Mississippi's face, I love her complexion. Her eyes are gorgeous. But I can also see some Anglo in her features, in the shaping of her face. When I look at Mercedes, I see a woman who is phenotypically African. Everything about her is absolutely authentically Black. I love the width of her nose, the structure of her face, her complexion, the richness of it. Everything about her face screams Black woman, and I absolutely adore her look. I love her look. You know what I'm saying? That, Mississippi's face, Keyshawn's face, very pretty, but it's not lost on me that some of the features appear to be, things that were not asked for. They were donated by terrorists. I'm gonna just say that. Shade Queen said that ninja ran out the house naked. Do you blame him? He up in there giving somebody else's wife a vocal lesson, and the man then came home and caught him. He's supposed to run. Well, yeah, Roulette has a decent face too. Hers is decent. Right. That's what I want to know, Mimi. Did the mask have a hole in the middle? Yeah, Big Bone is definitely prettier than Haley. Big Bone is a pretty girl. Those eyes are stunning. LJ Forever says she didn't have a mask or a glove on that mic. Nothing. That let you know she was intimately acquainted with that microphone. She trusted that microphone. Shade Queen said Haley looks less attractive than she did in season 1. She never looked attractive to me. Ever. Yes, Egypt, she's a veteran. Yeah, Mercedes is definitely my favorite. Her look is so authentic, so Black, so gorgeous. Nicole, hey girl, say what I like about Mercedes is that she's still pretty without makeup. Yeah, actually, Keyshawn, the girl that plays Keyshawn, she's beautiful without makeup too. I'm not taking nothing away from her. I'm just saying at the end of the day, if I'm going to just look, ounce for ounce, I just prefer Mercedes' bone structure and facial structure to Mississippi's. But she's also very pretty without the makeup. Very pretty without. She was not Black. She was not Black. That's what she was. She was a strange character, but not Black. LJ Forever say, woo, we better let you get to the next scene. We're going to be in here all night. You ain't got to be in here all night. But we just going to talk. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need unless y'all got a curfew, because I don't. I'm already home. But anywho, while they out there, Haley couldn't even really leave because they was like, I won't say she couldn't leave. She had like she was nervous to leave because the crowd was gathering out front, getting ready for election results. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what else got me, and how Andre was talking to, what you call it, the American Idol. Let's call her American Idol. The way he was talking to his wife, the American Idol, was he gonna tell her that I didn't really love you in the beginning? Don't nobody want nobody telling them you married me and didn't even love me. This man literally said to her that it wasn't a chance at love, but a chance at legacy. He married you for what your family could do for him. He married you for what it could make him appear to be. And did y'all peep? He had the nerve to blame her because he lied about the fact that his daddy was dead. She is an idiot. What you want with a man that lied to you and blamed you for it? Lied about it and blamed you for it. I killed my daddy because of you. No, you didn't. You told that lie for you because you wanted to take advantage of what you felt like her family could offer you. You stand to the end. Oh, LJ, I appreciate it. I hope you stay because I like when you here. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Are those things blue? Are they white? I think it's just something to make her look creepy. And she achieved that. She looked real creepy. Yep, fatality. Somebody tell you he ain't never loved you. He did not see a chance at love. He saw a chance at legacy. And you still begging him to stay there. Man, how? Jacob said his wife only cared about status. He was wrong to blame her, but at the same time, she wouldn't have married him. Well, guess what, Jacob? This is what Black men need to realize, okay? This is why a lot of Black men get lumped into the category of dustish. You see that statement? She wouldn't have married him. That was her right. That's why you don't lie to people. You tell folks the truth so that way they can make choices. When you lie to a woman about your essence or your background, your character. You are taking away her choice. You are having her make a choice on partiality, on part of the truth. Not the complete story, but only part of the story. You tell her the whole thing. That way she know what she's looking at, and she can decide whether she want to deal with that or not. This is why a lot of black men get called dustish, because they feel like that is a justification to tell a lie. Well, if I tell you that it got sugar in it, you might not eat it. Well, if I'm a diabetical, I don't need to eat it if it got sugar in it. You see how that works? Maybe that don't work for you. You dig where I'm coming from? See, he had no right to blame her for that. How dare you? That's why I told y'all from the beginning I never liked him. He looked dustish and musky. And he proved that he was dustish and musky as hell. Right, you caught that? You said you wanted to shake her and say, let that dustish dude go. That Negro lied to you, lied to your family, lied to your face. Running around with hookers and prostitutes, scammers and strippers, because that's really his class. See, my mama taught me that lesson. There was a time, Jacob, I ain't saying you doing it. I'm just saying, but that's why people end up calling black men dusty, because of that type of behavior, what he displayed. I ain't saying you doing it. I ain't saying it, because if she want to get you, she call us, your auntie's over here, we going to help her get you. Okay? Right, that is why he ain't take the job with her daddy. A whole lawyer sitting on his behind playing video games. He didn't want to get tied down. He knew at that point he was going to bounce. Right, trifling sucker. You can push them all the way through school, but nothing is going to always be nothing. Lala said we ain't supposed to marry down. Marriage is about elevation. That's why clear folks always encourage their people to marry well. And I encourage my daughters to do the same thing. And so did my mother. But let me tell you, there was a time when I didn't pay attention. There was a time. Child, because she was a whole dust bucket. That's why she had them old broke down wigs. They were showing you her class. Bianca say, right, that irritated me so bad. And then he had the nerve to feel a way that he wanted a divorce. She should have been the one running. But see, I blame her for that. You done caught this man lying to you, mistreating you. You see Haley like, oh, that's Haley, because you've been seeing that name in his phone. Instead of you running, you begging. See, that's why the dustish remain dustish, because sisters, we allow it. If y'all begin to reject the dust in mass, the dust will have no other option than to remain single and die alone, like their evil granddaddy Kitten Heels, or they will have to clean the dust off. Alita said, when you enter a marriage with deceit, it's a recipe for a failed marriage. Amen. Hey, Red Majestic Diva. Jacob Park say Andre role model, the old male, wasn't a good influence on him. He was the definition of dusty. He sure was. Miss MO1 say, y'all don't be like that girl with the first date in the Popeyes parking lot. Ooh, hell to the no. And don't be like this girl on this show either. Don't do that, except in a dusty that's been shined up a little bit but ain't been washed off. Because like I was about to say, but I be getting caught up in y'all comments. I made that mistake once, and I dealt with somebody that was beneath my class, that was beneath my station. And mama gave a little warning, but she didn't flat out say she didn't like him. Because I had a habit of it. My mama said she didn't like you. Your days were numbered, honey. You was out of there real quick. So I dealt with this character that was beneath my station. And sure enough, he did what dustish people do. And so my mama didn't console me one bit. She said, okay, so he tricked on you with X, Y, and Z. And that woman said to me, all he did was return to what the hell he was used to. Case in point, look at Andre and his wife. He returned to what he was used to. He was trash. He came from trash. He returned to trash. And now her ignorant behind, after she done got caught playing with Mr. Microphone, is up here begging to remain with trash. See, this is what happens, ladies, when you lower your real estate. You a whole doctor. You came from a prominent family, and you sat here begging a nobody, a whole dustbin baby, to allow you to hitch your wagon to his falling star. Ain't that nothing? That's embarrassing. Hey, Wicked 548, how you been, boo? Ms. MO1 said, and have the unmitigated gall to ask her to come out during the election results and stand beside him after Andre told her what he said. Right. And the fact, beyond the fact that he asked her to do it, I'm annoyed that she actually did it. That's the part that shook me to the core. She actually took her ignorant behind. Her daddy need to come down there with a broom handle, beat her into the car, and drive her back to Georgia. What the hell were you doing, standing your stupid behind on the porch? What were you doing, standing next to him? Did he have you stand next to him while he was campaigning? Was you standing next to him while he was laying up making a baby with the dirty stripper? Was you standing next to him just the night before while he was celebrating, while they was waiting on the results in the script club? And he up there talking about he making it rain and buying shots for everybody. Her daddy need to run her home, and her mama too, all of them. They need to load up the car. Some of y'all Georgia folks listening know what I'm talking about. Y'all know y'all don't mind loading up a car. Right. It was too much for me. They go Nacho Twins mama. Sis, she better than me. Here we go again. Right, she's stupid. Yet say, she think if she stay with him, he'll become successful, especially with the campaign. But he lost. He lost. And he gonna open up a law firm there in Chucalissa. And you done left and brought your silly slew-footed behind down there to Chucalissa, Mississippi, instead of staying up there in Atlanta with your people where you have a name. Why would you do something like that? Bianca say, right, the weakness is where my irritation peaks. I don't feel sorry for her at all, not one bit. Me either. I was so irritated at her stupidity. I could have choked the life out of her at that moment. I could have, with my bare hand. What's up, Kiki? It was. And I didn't like the way it looked. Like he's fawning after Mella Yellow that don't look like nothing. And you got this pretty black girl that has lowered herself down so far that she's so lonely and pitiful. She playing Mr. Microphone with the man she ought to be with and running behind you while you running behind Yellow. I just didn't like the imagery that it put out. Like they don't want us, but we supposed to still be running behind and begging them. I wanted to slap her for all of our foremothers, for their mothers. I wanted to reach all the way back before the middle passage and come all the way down through Chucalissa and knock five that heifer. The hell are you doing? You embarrassing every black woman in the history of niggerdom. What the hell are you thinking about standing your ignorant behind on that porch looking pitiful and defeated? Miss MO1 says she need her daddy to do what Oprah daddy did on the porch of women of Brewster's Place. Yes, God. Hey, BJ Daz. Mimi says she did tell Andre he wouldn't win. Yes, she told him. That was prophetic. But after she told him he wouldn't win and he didn't win, she shouldn't have been there. The hell you doing taking your behind down there? He didn't send for you. Yet say how you leave a doctor for a stripper. Thank you. Because he's returning to what he used to. I told you what Mama said now. Mama said he returned to what he was used to. That's what happened when you start messing with people that's beneath you. They will remain beneath you. And if you ain't careful, they're going to drag you beneath where you started. What's up, Janice? Lala says just another example of the obsession with the proximity to clearness. Yes. But when you find a man that's so buck broken, Egypt say, I need 30 more likes. Y'all, please thumbs up me, thumbs up me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, hit the button. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thank y'all. So when you find a man that's so buck broken and defeated and conquered that he don't see value in himself, he feels like he needs that proximity, that attachment to clearness, you run in the other direction. You don't run behind him looking like some ignorant, pitiful pickaninny. That ain't what you do. Where is your pride, black woman? If you don't stick your chest out, knock the dust from your foot, and go find somebody worthy of you or remain alone until you do. I did not like the imagery on that one, y'all. That did something to me. That did something to me. So anyway, Corbin come in drunk. And that fool gonna tell her, here's your chance to wear a mask. And I know what mask he was talking about. You want to wear a mask, put on a mask and come out here and pretend to be a happy wife. And that dummy went out there and did it. Made me so mad I didn't know what to do with myself. Mimi said I wanted to wipe Haley's mouth with a Lysol wipe with that dark lipstick on. Yeah, she looks stupid and dirty. Toffee Mocha says she might want to do some part-time stripping now. Yeah, that's usually what happens with sisters. When you go dealing with somebody that's beneath you, a whole dust bunny, a lot of times they end up lowering their own real estate trying to be what he's attracted to. I hope she don't. I swear. That might turn me off from the whole show, because I'm going to tell y'all, as far as the opening scene, that pissed me off. That's why I said this whole finale gave me an emotional roller coaster on a cellular level. So then we get to the club. DJ Never Scared out there making noise, getting the crowd hyped up. Murder getting ready to head to the stage. And this was a heck of a moment. Like, there was a lot of imagery in this episode where he stopped in front of the mirror and he kept seeing different versions of himself. And there was so many ways to look at that. It could have been he was seeing himself broken into fragments, like I've become all these different people. And then I didn't know whether to look at it as that or to look at that fragmented mirror and seeing all those different versions of himself as in he was able to choose a path. Like, who you gonna be? You gonna be the entertainer? You gonna be the ex-con? You gonna be the little boy that was begging to be relevant? You gonna step into your greatness? You gonna go back to trying to be a thug and end your life that way? It was so many ways to look at that, but I did like the imagery there that was portraying. I did. The fact that he took his grill out, it was like, okay, so it's like you stripping down all the fake stuff. Let's take everything off. Let's go out here butt naked and just be authentic. So I kind of like that, taking out the grill, except for the fact, y'all know, on a whole nother level. I am a Florida girl, so I don't really like grills that come out. I prefer that authentic bite down. If they ain't permanent, so I don't really respect them. I'm going to just say that. And y'all know when I retire, I'm going to get my gold teeth and mine ain't coming out. So, I understood the imagery and what they were trying to portray. I felt that was a beautiful thing, but it was just like, I don't really respect that your goals come out. I ain't really like that. Nicole Lampley said, I thought he was about to rat on himself. Child, in the way he did, if you caught it. What's up, Allie from Miami? Girl, where your crown? Everybody's crown's falling off. That's crazy. I'm going to have to check and see if YouTube messing with y'all. Alita said, yeah, that mirror scene was powerful. It was. Like, if you paid attention to that mirror scene, like, it was so many ways that could have went. It was so much y'all could have got out of that scene. You took it like he saw his life flash before his eyes. Yeah, I looked at it that way. I looked at it as different versions of himself. I looked at it as different pathways that he could possibly take. Like, I looked at it from a bunch of different angles. So I did like that. Like, that was powerful. Like I said, taking the grill out. I was like, yeah, that was cool. I felt that. But also, the mankind in me was like, yeah, but your bite down ain't supposed to come out, homeboy. But but that's neither here nor there. So anyway, he get out on the stage and DJ Never Scared playing this track, 7 Pounds of Pressure. And that thing really did something to me. I'm telling you, like, I got the chills again. I'm like, ooh, like, he really gonna go there with all these people in the room. That's the type of crap that I like. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do something, stand up under it. Okay, you got your crown back, Allie. All right. There go my sissy. That's what I'm talking about. Because I know they be messing with y'all stuff. That's why I said I was going to see what was going on. Right, Nisi, he saw different versions of himself and had to choose a path. That's the way I took it too. Lala, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Mimi say, we are so Florida. Yes, I am, baby. 352 until I die. You already know. Nicole said this whole episode had me on the edge. Me too. I told y'all last night, like, I was squeezing my fist so tight, my fingernails was digging into the palm of my hands. It was messing with me. So the fact that, he goes out there and he tell DJ Never Scared to cut the music. And then, the whole crowd got hushed. And it was like, it was one of them moments. Like, I love that kind of stuff. Like you could tell that he was about to give birth on that stage. I like it like that. It's a difference when it's a performance, and it's a whole different thing when it's not just a performance, but it's that reality in that moment. It was like, move the music. I'm about to give it to y'all butt naked and blood raw, and I felt that. It was so crazy. Yes, when he spit that acapella, and then Mercedes coming, girl, Mercedes tore that up. Like that should have been her last dance. That 7 pounds of pressure, I feel like that was symbolic for him and for her. Because she know what she dealt with them 7 pounds of pressure, being betrayed. You know what I'm saying? Walking through the veil of taking a life, because that's something spiritual happens when you take a life. Like you can't take that lightly. And then the fact that it hurt her and it took her down and she fell, and then she was able to get back up on that pole after falling. That was crazy. Sunshine say that 7 pounds of pressure, it hit, it is so hard. It is. That was so hard. Hey, Sunshine, how you doing, gorgeous? Bianca say it did. When he went a cappella, I was like, okay, listen, I'm going to tell you something else it did, right? Y'all follow me on this one. I felt like when he went a cappella, it was like, I want y'all to hear exactly what I said. I want y'all to understand exactly what I'm saying. I ain't hiding from it. I'm not hiding behind no beat. I don't want you to say, I wonder what, did he say this? I think he said that. It was like, nah, move the beat. I'm going to just say it. C-May say, did y'all notice that Mercedes was able to get up on that pole and Haley was not in the building? Right. I peeped that too. But I also felt like that song helped her like reclaim her confidence. Like, I'm going to own them 7 pounds of pressure. Yeah, they hit my shoulder. Yeah, they damaged my shoulder. But she owned it and still made it her last dance. Like, I'm not quitting because I'm weak. I'm not quitting because I can't do it. I'm going to come back to prove to myself that I can do it. I'm reclaiming my strength. And now I'm taking a different path. I'm not being thrown down the path. I'm taking a path. So that was powerful too. Like, I was really digging it. Kiki said, I thought Lil Murder was out of here. Me too. I thought they was going to get him. And I felt like at the same time, he was like giving them an opportunity. Like, if you're going to do it, then do your thug thizzle, because I'm not hiding from it. I moved the whole beat out the way and gave it to you a cappella first. It was cathartic for both of them, for real. Yvette said, I thought that guy was going to unalive him. Me too. Me too. Man, them sitting down there watching, stalking, acting like some hungry dogs. But I'm going to give Lil Murder his respect. You don't run from it. If you going to do me, do me. Ain't nobody begging you. And I like that. You don't never down on your knees. If you coming to do it, then, do what you going to do. Do what you going to do. Yes, it was raw and real. I was excited in that moment. I was like, you better do it. If they going to pop you, stand up there like a man. Don't be no punk. Don't go out there showboating. Just give it to them blood raw. Stand front and center and let them do what they going to do. Alita saying Mercedes looked like she was having a great time, so comfortable on that pole and was flawless. I loved it. Me too. And y'all know what else? I like the fact that this show has given, a certain legitimacy to those ladies who are actually just dancing. And the fact that the inception or the bringing on of roulette actually draws that line in the sand to show you that all of those girls are not prostitutes. Some of them are truly performers. And I think it showed the legitimacy, the strength, the actual skill involved in those girls who are dancing. They're not just bimbos that's doing whatever. Like, that takes strength. Those girls are athletes. Miss MO1 said, I love the way he looked directly at Maine when he was on the stage. Like, I don't care what you think of me. Me too. I like that. I hate a coward. I swear I do. Quiet Storm said, I was waiting for it to pop off during the whole performance. Yeah, but they didn't do nothing. Nisa say, right, when Maine sucked his teeth, when it was all quiet in the club, was everything. Like, you felt that. But the thing is, you doing all that posturing to intimidate. This dude is in your face. Sack out. And you ain't going to do too much in public because you still scared of getting locked back up in that cage. He did his thing, and he know he could go back to the cage if you could prove it. But at the same time, you still scared of the cage, boy. You just getting out. You ain't trying to go back. Yeah, Mercedes was amazing. She did that. It was, the original Mercedes we saw in season 1. Lala say, yeah, it brings different perspectives to the culture of stripping. It does. It does. D. Marie say yes, and they make it look easy. Right. That's that strength. That's the strength in their bodies. So I like that it really did give, I like that this show did give legitimacy to these ladies and their art form. Because make no mistake about it, that is an art form. I sure as hell can't do it. Okay? Yes, Janice, I am glad she wrote it that way. Me too. I'm so excited that she wrote it that way. You know, give these ladies some respect. There's a lot of ladies out there legitimately just dancing. They love their craft. They teach classes. I like that it looks like that's the direction that Mercedes is going in, because that's real. That is absolutely real. Okay, so he did his thing or whatever. Mercedes came out. Man, when Mercedes hit that stage, I don't think nobody was looking for that. Ain't nobody expect that. That girl did something that Mississippi could never do. The girl that plays Mississippi is amazing. You know, that plays her on the pole, because y'all know the girl that actually played Keyshawn can't dance. So somebody else had to, you know, be the body double. So it was real crazy to see the stark difference. Like the girl that plays Mississippi, you see it's almost like ballet on a pole. Like it's very graceful, very smooth, very fluid, like almost like a little chocolate fairy floating around the pole. And when Mercedes hit the pole, it's power, it's rugged, it's rough, it's gritty, it's still feminine. It's a different feel. Mercedes is gangster on that pole. Mississippi is a little angel floating around the pole. A little wispy fairy floating around the pole. And that's cool. I don't see nothing wrong with that. It's two different styles. And for the song that Lil Murda was performing, you needed somebody that was rough, raw, real, gritty, you know, on that pole. Yeah, that takes strength. It does. LJ said, I hope they don't have Lil Murda out there, Lil Nas X on the stripper pole next season. I seriously doubt it. Why would you think that? Because he decided to be authentic and open with his sexuality. Like, gay don't mean that you're going to be out here acting a clown, switching around and giving, you know, lap dances to the devil. Like, that little boy is a clown. And he's not a clown because he's gay. He's a clown because he's a clown. He's a one-trick pony. And apparently his talent has limits. So that's why you see that kind of foolishness. I seriously doubt we're going to see Lil Murda do that. Definitely athleticism. Absolutely. Nisi said, I saw it as contemporary versus crunk. I guess I could see that. I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Sunshine said Mercedes did what needed to be done. That was magically. Yes, it was magical. I get what you're saying. Alita says, woo, I love that walk in the air on the pole. So enchanting. I'm telling you, them girls is strong. You heard what Pharaoh told her. If that was you holding on with your weak arm, I don't want to get in no fight with you. Because that's a strong, solid-bodied girl. If she can hold that weight up as solid as she is with her weak arm, don't fight that girl. Don't fight that girl. But the thing is, why would he take it in that direction? There would be no reason to. She's being as authentic as possible. It's a whole lot of gangsters that are homosexual. Like, I'm going to need the world to get over it. It's a whole lot of gangsters that are homosexual. And ain't none of them out here painting their fingers and switching around. They toting gats and, as y'all say, unaliving people. Nicole said Mercedes was leaving her trademark. Now, that's how you go out. That's exactly how you go out. And the fact that she went out on that song, I feel like it was so symbolic. It was everything. So anyway, then they get to the results. Patrice got people standing around her praying and stuff. And I'm like, Patrice is something else. Like, I don't really know how to take her. Other than 27-piece Patrice is just too much for me. And so she won. Andre lost. So now we got Mel Woodbine, child. Haley calls and tells him, I keep your head up, king. King of what? And it was so funny. You got a whole dirt dauber telling a dust bunny, keep your head up, king. And ain't it always that way? Ain't it always a dirt daubing, dusty foot dragging, dusty back heifer, calling a dust bunny a king, giving him illusions of kingdom, of being a king with no kingdom? Ain't it always the way? And he's standing up there next to the pickaninny Nisha, begging him to love her while he loses at life. Now that was symbolic. Wasn't it symbolic? This is why Negroes like him stay losing. Because they always got an old, nasty, dusty back heifer calling him a king, and a pitiful Misha that's got all the potential and heavy on the pole. Keep your head up, king. Put your head down. Tell me, I'm moving back. I might have lost the race, but Chuck Lisa gained the son. I'm going to stay here and open the practice. Anybody hire him to represent them is a fool, and you're getting what you're looking for. Yeah, Mayor Bishop. What bishop? Who ordained you as a bishop, ma'am? Who? Right, looking like a whole fool. I was so done. Hey, Ashley Mixie. When Patrice fell out of that chair, I was on the floor. Child, Patrice something else. Patrice been having me falling since she swung around that pole. Nicole say, my personal opinion is she playing with God. But is she really though? Or do she really believe what she's saying? See, there's a difference. There's a difference. I really believe that on a certain level, Patrice believe what she's saying. She do. Kiki say, I knew Haley was trash and was going to lose that deal. I knew it too. You know when I knew it, Kiki? I knew it when Clifford saw his mama in the back seat and said that bees get even. And he went out there to Corbin. Remember I told y'all, what the hell is he trying to tell Corbin? What is he trying to tell Corbin when he said, bring the water to you? I didn't catch it. I knew he was saying what Ernestine said, but I didn't catch it. Apparently he expounded on it and made Corbin understand what he was trying to say. And hey, y'all can quit fighting over my property, baby. Y'all can let that go. And he did just that. Yep, I knew it too. I knew Haley was going to get hers. I didn't know whether Clifford was going to turn her into them people. I didn't know how it was finna go down. But I knew in my heart of hearts that she wasn't going to get that deal to go through with her nasty self. Yeah, child, put your head down. Talking about keep your head up. Put your head down. You a whole loser. What you putting your head up for? You've been losing at life. You've been losing since you was born to your trifling, no good loser of a daddy. Now you try to put your head up, king. Who did you inherit your crown from? The Negro in prison for life? Is that who you is? Are you his crown prince? Right. Thank you, Lala. Patrice believe her delusions. She do. I knew, sis. You know I be translating. She do believe that, Toffee Mocha. There's some people that really believe they right when they wrong. I'm telling you. Yes, Patrice is growing on me. I still don't like the sheep that she stole from her kid. I don't. But she growing on me. Yes, Juan. Hey, boo, I miss you. Yes, she is leaving the show is what they saying. They say she gone. So I hope they don't even bring nobody else back to play her. Just let her be gone. That character was sickening as hell. And you could kind of tell the way she walked off into the distance like some kind of evil fairy godmama that was really her swan song. Like that was really her saying goodbye for good. That's the way I took it. The rumors are out that she's not coming back, and I hope that's accurate. I really do, because I didn't like her one little bit. Excuse me, y'all. I had to cough. Then, they show Murder and Mercedes going to the dressing room. Clifford back there crying, and so I'm thinking, oh God, Ernestine dead, y'all. She gone. I'm ready to holler, and come to find out she made it. Clifford talking about she ain't drink the water. So I think that was just a release of emotion. He was just holding it all in. And it was just like, I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. I almost thought I lost you. You know how it be when you holding it all in. And then it's like, oh, thank God. So I think that was a nice little, plot twist. Because I was expecting to hear bad news. I really was. I didn't think Ernestine was going to make it. Lala say everybody ain't royal. We have a whole bunch of peasants, commoners, and court jesters walking amongst us. Child, and don't forget village idiots and town drunks. Don't forget them. Don't forget them. They there. So then Keyshawn You know, she checking, she got a battery in the car, you got the money, you got the gas, you got everything. You know, she's still hearing the instructions in her head. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody get your name. Don't tell nobody. Look like this heifer told everybody. And it backfired on her. Then we see Cliff and Murder talking and, you know, basically saying he going on tour. And Cliff saying, when you coming back? And he don't know. Might be a Mississippi Minute. And, you know, Cliff was like, well, that could be forever, whatever. And so you can see in this scene, Clifford was trying to push him away because he thought, well, it's not going to work. You're not going to come back. So let me just be done with this. Let me end it before you end it, trying to rip the Band-Aid off. Okay? LJ said, I stopped watching the show. They bring someone else to play her with a whole Khloe Kardashian head transplant. I'm through. They better not. They better not. Yeah, you say po Keyshawn, I say dumb Keyshawn. Keyshawn was dumb from the giddy up. You was dumb for messing with that, for messing with the snow monkey. You was dumb for going to get children and you wasn't married with this thing. You was dumb for remaining there after the first time he hollered at you. I don't care if you did go home and that heifer wouldn't let you talk to your daddy. You still should have kept running. You was dumb for going to strip and handing him your money. You was dumb for letting him beat you and come up there to that club embarrassing you. You was dumb for not letting Diamond handle him in the first place. You was dumb for staying there. And then when you had a chance to run, instead of you getting a jump and leaving, you went back in the house and sat down. You was dumb for the fact that you had a whole pistol in your house and you didn't put this, you ain't put this snow monkey to sleep. You was dumb for not calling CPS when you went to the doctor's office and you had a report. What's up, Kia? Okay. You was dumb for all of that. Then you telling people that was dumb. You had your getaway and that was dumb. You didn't even do what you were supposed to do. So everything that happened to Keyshawn was her fault. I don't feel bad for stupidity. I don't. Right, Fatia. How you doing, boo? Yeah, she get on my nerves. I hate stupidity. And I don't like seeing weakness in Black women. That ain't who we are. We did not inherit that from our mothers. While a lot of dust bunnies inherited loserdom from their daddies or non-daddies, Black women, we did not inherit weakness and stupidity from our mothers. If they were weak or stupid, we wouldn't be here. Right, she should have let Diamond deal with him. Yeah, I don't feel bad for her. You are a disgrace to Black womanhood. That's what you are. Yeah, she told people. How else in the hell would everybody know? LJ say, I ain't feel sorry for Keyshawn. She should have ended him the moment she found out he beat her baby. Instead, you crying and begging him not to burn your face. Thank you, BJ Dez. How you doing, girl? Yeah, she got on my last good nerve. Right. That little bit of time, too many people knew. There you go. That's what I said, Shade Queen. I was more angry that he's going to get the money. The fact that he's going to get his hands on that money makes me so mad because so many people made it possible for you to have that money. And then you turn around and you were stupid. You could have shut up and let them people leave and just act like you were so defeated and so sad and went and sat in your car and drove off. I'd have drove that car off and told Clifford whole list. Yeah, big turn off. I hate that weakness. I hate that weakness. It pisses me off. How dare you? How dare you? That's what I'm talking about. Now that monster gonna get her money that other people sacrificed so she could get. Yes, Kiki, she had one job. She's another loser. She's dustish. Girl, I couldn't let a clear man touch the top of my pinky toe, let alone play me. Never. Emma and Phil made quality product, and I'm just too good for that. Sorry, not sorry. I'm too good, too pristine. Okay, too fearfully and wonderfully made to ever take the risk of catching fleas and ticks. And I'm going to leave it right there before I say something I shouldn't. Probably already did. But anyway, it was just so funny that conversation between Cliff and Murder went the way it went. Because at the end of the day, I said it from the beginning. I told y'all, I felt like, y'all remember I told y'all Murder was going to just stop hiding. You could tell Murder was finna just come on out and stop hiding. He don't like hiding. He ain't comfortable hiding. It made him feel like a coward. And you could tell from his persona, this character that they wrote, that he don't like being a coward. And he was telling Clifford, I may as well come out at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I may as well come out at the beginning because, I'm just getting started. And Clifford's like, yeah, you just getting started, but we just ending. And I don't know. I just didn't understand what was the point of that. Right, Lala, protect the brand. Hello. BJ did say she should have been left, but once my child was hurt, oh hell no. I would have killed him myself. Diamond did not need to handle that. I would have. Right, wouldn't nobody had to handle it. Baby, I'd have sat there, played the battered wife, called, made the police reports and everything. Sure would have. But just to show us I'm black, he'd have went somewhere. And it probably would have been to hell if he didn't pray first. But anyway, Murder left. He hurt. Clifford over there feeling sad and whatever. But you could tell he think that this is something he got to do. Then we get to Mayor Patrice. She's settling into her office and tearing down all that cowboy stuff off the walls and going to sit up in the chair. That's what Sis was talking about earlier. Put her feet up on the desk and then end up tipping over. She better get another chair. Because that one there done tipped over. So Mercedes watching on TV. She ain't too happy for her. Then she gets a package from Farrah. And it's her a big old picture of herself and a check, honey. So she called Farrah, and Farrah was like, girl, these are royalties. I done made all this money off the Mercedes experience exhibit. So these are your royalties. And so she was like, is that how it work in the art world? And I like Farrah for this. I ain't like Farrah for that stuff she had going on, with her and her husband. But I like the fact that, like she said, women can make our own rules. We can make our own deals. Like she said, sponsorships can expire. Royalties are forever. So as long as she make money off of it, she gonna give a percentage to Mercedes because it is her likeness. I like that. See, this is what's supposed to happen between black women. No matter whether y'all have a disagreement, y'all fall out, left, right, or center, however it go down, make sure that if you make money with your sister, that your sister get her money. Everybody could eat. It's enough for everybody to eat. Okay? Right, that was very stupid. Well, we already covered Keyshawn is stupid as hell. But I just thought that was so wonderful that she's like, royalties are forever. So it's like, girl, you still gonna make money. As long as Farrah making money off your image, you're gonna make money. I love that. That was such a beautiful moment. And so she was like, are you giving me the rest of the money that Coach owed me? And it's like, no, girl, this is the money that your image made. And I think, too, there was a double meaning there. I think that helped Mercedes to understand, like, girl, you have value other than just your talent on that pole. That is a talent. It's beautiful. It is artwork. The black female form is art. We are art. And so it was so beautiful that she was able to understand, like, okay, there is another path for me. And I like that we kept seeing her, use what Clifford told her in part one of the finale, which was learn how to dream new dreams. I like that. Learn how to dream new dreams. Absolutely beautiful. I like that. So it was just so symbolic. It was telling her you got value. You don't have to get an agreement with a man to get a sponsorship. Like, your sister can give you a hand up and you ain't got to get in the dirt. You ain't got to degrade yourself in order to get it. Because we saw from season 1 from the very beginning, Mercedes was a stripper, not a hoe. And so the fact that she was having to belittle herself with this man to get her money, that was disturbing. That was disturbing. That's right, Jacob. We don't want to see her back at the Pink. Keep leveling up. Real talk. You thought she was going to betray Mercedes? I didn't. I never thought that. I didn't get that energy from her. I felt like she was tired of Coach. She ain't have no real beef with Mercedes. BJ says, I agree, Seanitra. I wish our sisters can do better. We need to protect one another, especially when it comes to the bag. But let me say this. Let's not make a mistake about it. There are a lot of sisters who do just that. Why do you think that black women right now demographically are the most educated group in this country. Darren Show is not because black men helped us, and Darren Show ain't because clear people helped us. It's because sisters, our elder sisters, looked out for us. It's because they paved the way, they built the highway, they put us on it, and we took off and we ran. It's a reason why black women like myself and other sisters were able to start businesses. It's because other black women showed them the way to do it. Again, you know it wasn't black men, some of the most disloyal creatures on the planet. And you know it wasn't clear people because they ain't got no love for us. We have done it. And I like the fact that they showed that, because that is a very real aspect of black womanhood. We do look out for each other. Now, the stereotype and the hate speech is always, oh, black women can't get along. They always hating on each other. That is a lie. That is a lie. A whole lot of us are around right now because your mama had a good girlfriend that wasn't even her sister that looked out for y'all and brought food by the house. We've always looked out for each other. And I like that they put that there. That was very real. Yes, very commendable on Farrah's part. Every one of us can remember when a sister looked out, whether it was on a job, whether it was in the classroom when you were at college and you messing up, whether it was in high school, whether it was one of your teachers that took an interest in you, an older sister that saw something in you that you didn't even see in yourself. We've always done it. Always done it. This ain't new for us. That ain't new territory. Don't believe the lies and the stereotypes they put on us. We always looked out for each other. We always raised each other's kids. We always fed each other. That ain't new for us. That's a very old road. We built that road and we paved it. Miss Emma once said, I had a few elders that looked out for me when I began to work in the corporate world. Okay, when I first started working in the prison system, it was them older sisters that looked out for me, told me the do's and the don'ts that wasn't in the rule book so that I could be successful. It was my professor when I first got to college and I was slacking. That elder sister, that mother that said, you show up to my class, little girl. I don't care what you do. It was that older sister, that mother, when I was in high school and I had a filthy mouth, that told me, you're a beautiful girl, but what's coming out your mouth is ugly. Pat Lake, shout out to her. I love her. If you ever hear this, anybody in Ocala is listening, y'all play it for her. That lady was the first lady who told me to get myself under control, who told me power under control power out of control was chaos, and power under control was a force to be reckoned with. So I'm never gonna propagate or push that stereotype that sisters don't look out for each other and we need to do this, and we've been doing it. We taught the world how to do it, and they apparently they still ain't stepped up to the learning curve. We've been doing this. We invented this. We are the mothers. Fatia said, you speaking truth. I would have never went to law school without black women supporting me. You better say that. You better say that. That's what we do. So I just thought that was a beautiful moment. That's why I say emotional roller coaster. I went from having chills to being upset with Keyshawn to being excited about Murder's performance and looking at all the nuances and all the poetry involved and being irritated with Dusty Andre and laughing at Patrice. And then, Mercedes and Farrah had this beautiful sister-to-sister moment. It was just, I'm telling you, it was a whole emotional roller coaster. A whole emotional roller coaster for me. So then we get to Andre, and you got a bunch of helpers lining up, flirting with him in front of the wife. She's sitting on the porch. Instead of standing down there next to him, smiling and greeting folks, you on the porch looking bitter, like you a puppy in a cage, while these helpers walking up there, swinging and putting on their best wiggle, bringing Tupperware containers, grinning and smiling in your husband's face. Even his hoe come walking up there with a Tupperware container full of cigars. And then gonna light one for him in your face while you sitting up there looking pitiful. You say you're gonna remember that saying, I'm sure she won't mind. I'm sure she won't mind. If you want me to, I can contact her so she can fuss at me for not checking on her. and let her know that you want to use her saying all the way over there in Birmingham, England. I'm sure she'll get a kick out of that. Yes, right. We do help each other out. We've always done it. Always. Let's always speak truth to power. Oh, shoot. 14 more likes, y'all. We almost there. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Y'all help me get there. Hit the like button, please. Double check. So anyway, she bring the cigars and he asked her, what was you about to tell me? So apparently she got caught up in the moment and was considering letting him know that she over there pregnant. Okay? I didn't understand it. It didn't make no sense. It didn't make no sense to me. Why would you even be thinking about telling him that when you know you finna leave town? She already had that in her mind to do. Queen Mermaid said since she stood on the porch with all them pots lining the stairs. That was so stupid. Yes, dishes all on the steps. And she's sitting up there on the porch looking silly. Looking silly. I'd have made that Negro drag me a chair down there and I'd have sat there if I wanted to be there. I just can't imagine what you there for. Because you see he going to behave like a single man in your presence. And he probably finna run through everybody in their town right in front of you. And he don't feel like he got to respect you. Because after all, he caught you trying to be the American Idol. You the American Idol. LJ said, yes, come on, Vivian Green, emotional roller coaster. That is a true analogy for that episode. I'm telling you, I told y'all when I first started this stream, that's what I felt was an emotional roller coaster. Yes, Jacob Paul, bring me a chair, Negro. And hand me one of your umbrellas to keep that sun off my scalp. And some cold water right now. But she ain't got enough backbone for that. That's why she up there running behind somebody who done told her he married her for her legacy and not for love. Shade Queen said, I got that thumbs up on the way in. That's right. That's right. I appreciate it. Thank you, girl. Alita say he do look like he missed a few meals. He do with his little hungry, mangy looking self. I don't know why the hell you would want to fight somebody talking about ripping somebody lace front over that mangy character. He looks so mangy. He looked like he itching. Can't even imagine it. Yeah, performing a sound check over there on Dante's Mr. Microphone. Why? Why, girl? So anyway, that foolishness happened. Then Haley walks off and gonna call the old clear woman, whatever her name is. Gabor know her name. I can't never get the name right. I'm gonna just say the old clear lady. So she up there talking crap. Oh, I wanted 10 million, but now that referendum done passed, I think I'm gonna need 15 million. And she, and honey, the old clear woman, she say, girl, you late. I don't need nothing. Okay. We gonna get the city to bring the water to us. Since we can't go there to wash it, what the girl said, the water can always flow to where it's once been. So now all they gonna do is go head on and drag that canal, and they don't even need that property no more. And she let her know, girl, we don't need the pink no more. And she trying to argue the point, well, it's the only waterfront property. She said, child boo, the water is going elsewhere. The water is going elsewhere. Yeah, child, the old clear lady funny as hell. She sure did, because when she gonna answer the phone talking about where my money be, and she was like, girl, and then she called her one getting off the phone. He do look like he got ringworm. He do. He look mangy. Mangy. Georgia. That ain't the name Gabor said. It was something else. Whatever her name is. Clear lady. Old clear lady. That's what I'm going to stick with. Right. Old Saltine checkmated her. She sure did. Yes, she did, honey. She came through and whapped her and served her that same B word right back. Who the hell are you to get on the phone with somebody talking like that? I don't care if it is an old clear heifer. Why would you talk to somebody like that? Who raised you? But then again, who didn't raise you, I guess is the question. That was just so trashy. I didn't like it. I don't know. It's something about civil speech and bad manners. You know what I'm saying? You got to be civil. I don't care for that. That lady didn't cuss at you. What you cussing at her for? Rude old heifer. And she served it right back to her, too. And then they showed why. Had Kyle sitting up there finally getting along with his clear brother, with his clear half brother. They sitting on the porch, child, looked like they was drinking mimosas. I couldn't tell, but it sure looked like. And next thing you know, Lord, what you say when she hung up on Haley, you holler, girl, me too. And baby, they sit, I'm like, what they celebrating? What's going on? And Corbin gonna walk out in the yard and holler like I made the god doggone money. He played the game and he won. I say, you better go ahead on Corbin. And now you done paid that $250,000. You able to go back to the pink and get beat some more. Look at you. You done got your life back. Go on, Corbin. And then Ernestine done roll up in the house, child. She ready for a party. She ready for a party. She done walked in and unbeknownst to Clifford, she done invited Big L, and the clear boy Duffy and the little African fella to come over there and set up for a party because she said she wants her a party. She said it got to be a party, honey. And she walked in there talking about it smell like bussy in here. I say I'm through. That's the name Gabor said, Georgie. Mm-hmm. Yes. So they matched those bros up good though. They did. It was a good matchup. So can we talk about the jukebox tune too? Listen, first of all, when they got on that jukebox, now I know this later in the episode, but I'm gonna just say this. Why did they have to play the song that sends me? That song sent me so bad because that was my song. Bring It On Home to Me by Sam Cooke. What? Y'all, that was my song. That thing had my eyes so watered up, I had to pause the Stars app, get me some tissue, drink some cold water before I could finish watching. They messed me up. I mean, they messed me up with that brand. If you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, oh, bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. Yeah. Child, I was up in here going through it. I was going through all the emotions. When I say it took me down through there, listen, it be messing you up too. Girl, I had to shut it off, go get some tissue, a cold drink of water, compose myself, and let it keep playing. How you knew I love Sam Cooke? Who told you? How you knew? I want to know who told on me. That was my song, child. Listen, you know, there was a time I was going through some things, and that song got a girl through now. That one right there. Oh my gosh. Y'all know how that music take you back. That music takes you back, baby. It took me all the way back. So I just had to mention that. So then, you know, Keyshawn and Murder met up. Well, actually, I don't want to go there yet. So while they at the house, then Clifford started seeing his mama again. And you know, she getting on him about pushing Murder away and was like, you got to give love a chance. And he talking about Murder, love killed you. And she was like, love ain't killed me, a virus killed me. So apparently Clifford mama had that ninja. So a man killed her that gave her that ninja. It wasn't no, she said, love ain't killed me, that killed me. You know what I'm saying? But just, you know, basically trying to say, give love a chance or whatever. Girl, you know that's going on. One's got to go. You know one's got to go gonna see some Sam Cooke now after that. I got to do it. But anyway, then we get on to Keyshawn and Murder. They met up. Even he knows she finna leave. Talking about, I know you going to California. Why the hell would even little Murder know that you're going to California? Keyshawn literally just told everybody. Haley said, don't tell nobody. You told everybody. I mean, everybody know you leaving. And he gave her the money he owed her. He was supposed to be getting on the tour bus to leave. He didn't go. And then, ironically, she ended up not going either. But she looking in the mirror and looking crazy or whatever. I'm looking at her the whole time like, girl, you ain't going to get to leave. Something finna go wrong for you. Okay? Yeah, I wanted to know what took her out too. But I felt like it was either some kind of sickness or an accident or something. So now we know exactly. Yeah. Say, I could see you smacking Keyshawn in the back of the head. You know I wanted to. Yes, a whole fool. A whole fool. I can't stand him. You talking about Andre? Yeah, he looked mangy. You know how them dogs get the mange? And they be real poor looking and all the fur fall off. And you got to put that cone on their head. Andre looked like you need to put one of them plastic cones on his head so he don't bite at himself. He looked like he got the mange. But anyway, so on to Mercedes and how she's setting up her studio or whatever and putting her art up and went to dancing and just enjoying herself. You could tell that she was just in the moment and enjoying what was happening. She made that money off them royalties and just enjoying herself. And I like that. And here come Patrice. And she talking about what you doing there. And Patrice said, what the pole doing there? And Mercedes talking about something. You need to be coming here to take lessons after that mess you pulled on that pole, which was funny. It was funny. Mercedes said what she want to say. Your mama is a card girl. Tickled me to death. So, despite all, she was like, congratulations, I guess. And, basically letting her know you took from me. Like Mercedes still ain't over the fact that you stole from her. And she was like, yeah, well, despite all that, look at you now and look where I am or whatever. What you mean is despite all that? You can't get past the fact that you robbed your kid and you never even apologized, ma'am. What do you mean despite all that? Despite what is all that? And you can't say despite all that. What do you mean despite stealing from you? You should have said, baby, I was wrong to steal from you. I'm sorry I stole from you. Here, let me give you your money back now. It ain't gonna make it right, but mama shouldn't have did that to you. Patrice she's a character that is funny, but she's dastardly. Can I use the word dastardly there? Does dastardly fit to Patrice? I feel like dastardly is the best word for 27-piece Patrice. So she's like, despite all that, look at you now. And then she says Shell reached out to her on the hotline trying to get prayer. And Mercedes talking about prayer for what? What the hell she reach out to you for? But so Patrice was trying to advocate for her, like Shell want to change and she going to rehab and she want me to watch Terica, but I'm going to be too busy. I ain't no way I could watch Terica now. I can't do that because I got to be Bishop Mayor. And I'm gonna do that. I ain't gonna give that up. But she brought Terica to her. And you can see like Mercedes' story coming full circle. You know what I'm saying? Like you're finally no longer the stripper. You no longer have the stigmatism of stripper hanging over your head. You got your own life now. That's separate from that. Everything you went through led you into a situation where now you at least getting royalties from Farrah, from her exhibit, that'll help you kind of keep going. You're now dreaming new dreams of running a pole dancing studio because everybody does that, all kind of housewives, everybody, because people realizing that it is athleticism and it is good exercise. Now your child is coming to you while Shell is in rehab, so you get a chance to finally try to mother this little fast heifer. So while I like the fact that there's this juxtaposition in Patrice's personality. Like you can see where she's terrible, but you can also see redeeming qualities in her terrible behavior. Like she's still very rough, very gritty, very, not so polished, not quite right. But you can tell she really does believe in God on some level. And she really thinks what she's doing is right to a certain degree. And now we're going to see another element of Patrice trying to be Mayor Woodbine, or as she say, Mayor Bishop. And I still am asking for everybody, who the hell ordained her as a bishop? Like, girl, you can't just ordain yourself. Right. You saw both her and her daughter light up. They did. So Patrice was the one that helped split them up. And then you see her walking in, putting them back together. Almost like Mr. in Color Purple. Like how he split up Celia and Nettie. And in the end, he the one paid the money to help her get back to put Celia and Nettie back together. So you saw in the beginning, Patrice was the one that helped give that child away and separate Mercedes from her kid. And then in the end, she was the one that walked back through like Mr. in the Color Purple and put them back together. Yeah. It was something else. Say Patrice was a well-written character. I agree. I be wanting to jump through the screen on her. That's how you know she playing the hell out that part. But not just that. It's a well-written character because there's dimension to it. I like when you have a villain or a villainess that's not all bad, because that's realistic. Everybody has some good qualities. So you see this bad person that also has good qualities, that's the bomb. Well written and well acted, because that actress plays that part so well that when she's bad, she's really bad. And you really be wanting to grab her and snatch her and choke her. Like when she's bad, she's bad. Okay? Girl, I ain't being raspy, I'm hoarse. She said, I like that raspiness. Child, that raspiness is just that good old hoarseness. I need to stop being hoarse. But I can't stop being hoarse because I can't quit running my mouth. So go figure, right? But that's when we got to the whole bring it on home to me scene. Of course, like I said, that was a bathroom break, tissue break for me. Haley walks in, child, mad about that canal and blaming Clifford. Woo! I don't know what it was about that tickled me. You was about to double cross them, but then you mad because he didn't really double cross you. He outmaneuvered you. He outmaneuvered you because you was about to double cross him and take land that belonged to his family for generations because you wanted money. You saved the club with stolen money that you stole from another criminal. And because of that, you thought you had a right to sell off something that was family property. How evil is that? Evil. No type of loyalty to anybody. You say Patrice was the Grinch that stole Sadie's money and then brought her daughter and the grand together. Yep, she's the Grinch in a 27 piece. Sunshine said, I think Patrice didn't want Mercedes to have to struggle with that baby by herself at a young age, like she had to with Mercedes. Good intention, yet wrong road. Right. Which is why I like the fact that Mercedes gave her child a choice when nobody gave her a choice. Yes, they did. They did. All of them sucked you into their characters. Absolutely. She did. She thought she was smarter than everyone else, and she played herself. That's what happens. That is exactly what happens when you overestimate yourself and underestimate everybody else. She walked in there mad, child. And I love that Clifford was able to hand that check back to her. Here go your check. Talking about this the check Corbin wrote to you. And she said, and I signed it over to you. That was a backdoor deal. Girl, you tried to pull backdoor deals. They just caught you talking with Andre, pulling a backdoor deal. But you mad because you lost. And talking about, if it wasn't for me, you'd have lost this club. And I love that Clifford reminded that hooker, if it wasn't for us, you'd be dead. You wouldn't have been alive to be stealing nothing from nobody. Jacob said, I have to admit that Patrice turned into a likable villain. But Jacob, is that not reality? Many of our villains are likable. Many of our so-called villains are very, very likable. They're charismatic. And that's what we get with Patrice. We get a charismatic, likable, entertaining villain. She gives it to you. Girl, me too. And it's a wonderful thing. So anyway, so she was like, you think, if you think these girls wouldn't have done the same, and like Clifford told her, I do, because they wouldn't have. And that's what you don't get. They wouldn't have done it, but you did. And like she told her, you could have had a family here. I don't need no family. She said, yes, you do, and you want one too. You deserve one, but you don't know it yet. But you're going to have to get your monkey behind up out of here. Okay, Miss MO1 said, we're going to see if the show gets nominated for any awards from Black Media, BET, Essence, etc. Darn it, everyone watching P-Valley. I don't know if folks watching Black-ish. The acting is amazing. I can't get into Black-ish because I'm not Black-ish. I'm actually Black. The name alone turned me off. And I doubt they're going to give it any awards because it was too real. Places like BET, which is owned by Clear People, they give awards to people who play into the raccoonish demographic. Kia said, I have to rewatch this live from the beginning. Haley gives cry racial light skin entitlement vibes all day, every day. Typical low-class behavior. Lala says, Patrice reminds me of Ursula. That was another villain I kind of like. Child, I like the Maleficent. I like the Snow Witch. in Narnia. I liked a lot of the villainesses. I like Verbena in The Huntsman. Yeah, I like me a good villainess because they always have better clothes. I'm waiting to see if Patrice gets a better wig now that she's upgraded the male. Nieces say Haley went into pink with bad intentions from the jump and brought all her crosses with her. That deal would have never gone through. Sure wouldn't have. You can't start dirty and win. Nacho Twins mama saying Haley need to be reminded. You hear off the backs of others, heifer. Put some respect on the paint. Yeah, she ain't want to put no respect on nothing. Absolutely, girl. Sure enough overplayed her hand. Hey, Sharon Fona. Yeah, they're never going to acknowledge it. It's too black. Because black entertainment television ended when the black folks sold it to Viacom. I don't really like, it was so hard for me, y'all, to even watch College Hill. Because I don't support anything from BET. Because BET is no longer black. It hasn't been black for a very long time now. Kids say Haley got that bun in the oven. We gonna see what happens if she's coming back. They say she's not coming back. I think she might play a fool for Andre. Patrice is a little bit likable now. Yeah, but they say she's not coming back, so we're not even gonna know what happened with them babies. The babies might show up, but she not, they say. Yet say first season Haley was the wounded fawn disguised as a colonizer. She wasn't wounded to me. I never liked her from the first episode. I knew she was trouble. And I said so. LJ said the way that Haley turned out, I wonder if she offered her own baby. That man that Mercedes off might have been a good guy. I'm telling you, I don't feel like Montavious was a good guy, but I feel like he wasn't all bad. Most, if we're going to be honest, most villains and villainesses are not all bad. The fact that if you remember, Mercedes said that man's spirit was heckling her. He was warning her about Haley. He was warning her about how evil she was. He was warning her about the fact that this girl is a traitor. She gonna stab you in the back. And she did. She tried to stab everybody in the back. Cheryl say, right, that money was a blessing for Mercedes, but she got to watch Terica with that homeboy across the street. Did you see the look on Terica's face? I did, but I also don't think man finna touch that kid. I don't believe that. Kids say, I would be surprised if P-Valley get any awards. They deserve it, but I doubt it. Oh, yeah, anything too authentically black, you can forget that. Lala say, right, same here. I haven't watched BET in years. I was reluctant to get the streaming app. Girl, I only got it to watch College Hill. And literally, that was the only thing I needed it for. I don't need it for nothing else. She was scheming from the get-go. It was typical of that type of person. Bianca said, what if Haley leave for a few seasons and pop back up, especially if the kids pop up without her? I think if the kids pop up without her, that'll be enough. Let her stay gone. I don't know. I feel like the way she left, that was really a swan song. I think so. Kia, good point. Most villains and villainesses start off as good people who allow pain and hurtful things to overtake them, i.e. the Joker. Hell, i.e. me, i.e. a whole lot of y'all. Let's not pretend that some of us haven't played the villain from time to time. It happens. Hurt has a way of transforming you. Hurt has a way of transforming you. It'll disfigure you and turn you into the monster. Sometimes it'll turn you into the monster that hurt you. Quiet Storm say, man wants a grown woman like Mercedes. He don't give me pedo vibes at all. Me either. I don't get that vibe. But Mercedes do need to watch that little fast heifer. I don't like the way she moving. But it was so funny. She went talking about, I need some interest or something. This ain't enough. And Big L and them walked in and was like, nah, baby. This ain't no interest. Getting rid of bodies was your interest. Ain't no interest. But the fact that she had nerve to overdraw that account, I feel like the account is legit. And Clifford should be able to go to the bank and say, this is fraud. And get that money put back. Cheryl said, I was so happy when Uncle Clifford gave her that check. She was about that money. Oh, yeah. She was mad because she wanted to make millions off of them. Like, I stole $250, I flipped it and made millions. No, you're going to get your same $250,000 back. That's what you're going to get. LJ Felber said Haley stole that money from the bank because she don't have proper ID to be cashing no checks. But she still cashed that $250,000. She cashed that. She got idea, it just ain't real. Yeah, she got played by everybody. The old Clear lady, Clifford L, all of them got her. But the thing is, Big L told you to let him go on and kill her. And it had to be the end of everything. Does M01 say, but the fact that Haley couldn't even get a suitcase or proper weekend bag, stepping off the bus with a trash bag. Oh, yeah. She wasn't going to do it. That lets you know how trashy she is. Bianca said, her to have a way of transforming you. Say, that was something, sis. You said that just cut deep. It's real. It's real. Y'all know I ain't lying. Yeah, succubus. She definitely gave succubus energy. Alita said, I'm glad Big L came back. He genuinely cares for Clifford. They behave like family, like real blood family. They could fall out, but as we say, tongue and teeth fall out, family don't. You know what I mean? I like that connection is there, that they could fuss. You get out. No, you get out. I can't stand you and come right back together because that's what family do. Lala say, Haley is a walking disaster. She exudes trouble. She does, and she one of them people that deserves to be alone. Kids say that garbage bag might be that $1,500 Balenciaga trash bag. That's true. That's true. Kanye pushing the trash bag, it makes sense. Trash would push a trash bag. Cheryl says she don't know what it's like to be part of a family. She don't. That's why she don't respect or value that. That's why she don't have a problem trying to tear it up. Just useless, Useless old yellow. And it was so funny. Clifford hit him with Rule 88. Don't ever forget, just because of be good at keeping peace don't mean that she don't know how to make war. I say you better go head on Clifford. So anyway, we get the Keyshawn foolishness. She go by there to stepmama and call Derek because she seen the churn over there. My thing is, what the hell you calling Derek for other than to be nasty? And you can see by the look on her face, she knew what she was doing. She did it on purpose. And the stepsister over there looking sad like, I'm so sorry, because she knew her mama did it on purpose. And she couldn't help her. Andre went to calling Haley. Her phone disconnected. And then Keyshawn gets home and the CPS there. And this fool gonna flip out and act stupid in front of the police where she could go to jail. What was the point of that? That was the dumbest thing you could have ever done. That was the stupidest thing ever. Because they told you 6 months they gonna do weekly tests or whatever like that so you can keep your children. Girl, please. Goodbye. Goodbye. But anyway, she jumped on him, got arrested. Stupid. Keyshawn's entire storyline irritated me. That irritated me, and I just couldn't take it. I couldn't. And the fact that clear boy, I almost called him something else, sitting up there grinning at her, I can't dwell on that too much, y'all, because that thing made me mad. Right, Quiet Storm, like, now you fighting back in front of people. When you there by yourself, when you could have popped him in his sleep, when you could have put ground up glass in his food, when you could have cut the breaker box and broke his kneecaps and cracked his ribs and fractured his jaw. You didn't do none of that. You wait real good till the police is there so they can put you in jail. Stupid self. Nacho Twins' mama said she should have reported when she took him to the doctor. Right. Instead of you reporting him, you sit up there and wait for him to flip it and lie on you. Ms. M01 said Keyshawn should have never brought her kids to the sister if she was still living with the nasty stepmama. Right. All them times you done brought them babies up there to the club, you should have brought them children up there to the club with you then. She's an idiot. LJ say Diamond should have told her, I hope you didn't waste your only call calling me with this mess. But he's the good guy. And he got what good guys get sometimes. Yeah, just foolishness. Yeah, it was a great acting job because she had me want to grab her around her neck in real life. Right. It was so many ways she could have dealt with him. Hey, Black Cherry. Hold on. So I think Keyshawn snapped because she believed they'll be dead in 6 months, and she felt all the weight of her mistakes and blame falling on her at that moment. But that was still stupid. You could have kept your cool, got your money away from there. Long as you got money, you got fluidity. You could have took that money, bought another place, took your kids over there. Or you could have went over there and made the court give you visitation with your kids and did your visitation like that. Because now that the people involved, he can't beat you up. Like, this girl was incapable of thinking. She's just too stupid. And I don't like it. Right. That's what I'm saying. Keyshawn's sister could have warned her, but she didn't. I don't know. Lala said that scene had my blood boiling. Me too. Me too. Hey, Dana. Oh, yes. Girl, he'd have been up out of here. I'd have been making him all kind of salads with daffodils in it. Y'all will catch that later. Angel Baby says she was supposed to jump on Derek when he beat her child. That was your opportunity. Well, what she should have did was when she took that child to the doctor, she should have said, can y'all call CPS for me? I'm scared to go home. He been beating me up too. She could have showed them all them bruises and wound and healed up wounds on her body and say, he been beating me, now he beat the baby. She could have called CPS from the doctor's office. That would have solved all her problems. But she was too stupid to solve her problems. Lala says she's the living example of why common sense is not common for everybody. Why wait to get bucked now? Just dumb. Hopefully nothing serious happened to Keyshawn's shoulder. The way that officer was wringing her arm. Now, she looked fine when she called Diamond. Kia said, be your own family. Remember in the Tina Turner movie, her mama told Ike what Tina and the kids ran out to? Yeah, that's true. For LJ said, a true mama lioness will fight to the end to protect her babies. Keyshawn is just weak and pathetic. Neither one of them should be able to keep them babies. Exactly. Hey, sweet sensations. So that's that on that, because she done pissed me off and I ain't got it. So then Mercedes pull up with her kid. Now, this is the scene right here. Right. The doctor would have called CPS. Sure would have. So listen. So she pull up. This is the scene where man stopped being attractive. I'm going to tell you. This is the scene where man stopped being attractive. He started looking musky and dirty and dingy and everything. So she pull up with her kid. She walk over to speak to him and introduce him to her kid, and she sent her on. And it was his attitude talking about, oh, I saw you dance. It was all right. And you picked the side. And that stage was red. And Mercedes was like, we was at the pink, honey. The only color up in there is pink. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is you talking about? And oh no, you picked the side and you better tell that FAGGOT to watch his back. So she thought he talking about Clifford and he talking about that ain't the one I'm talking about. You know, I didn't like his attitude. First of all, who the hell you think you are to tell her who she could hang with, who she could dance for, and anything else? Number one, she ain't your girlfriend, baby. You pushed up on her and she told you that ain't what she want. That's one. Number two, she ain't a part of no game. She ain't one of y'all little ignorant baby mamas like Pico's baby mama up there in a $20 hair store wig at a club with cheap spandex on. She ain't one of your little hood rat supremes that's dying to be down. So why the hell would you think you could tell her who she could dance for? That was her final dance. She killed it, and you could get over it, Mr. Muskie. Let's not forget, you fresh out of prison with an F on your report card and no prospects. You ain't gonna make no money for the rest of your life unless you are a criminal. Unless you go get your subcontractor's license. And look like to me, boys like you don't like to work. So ain't no danger of that. You are nothing. How dare you? Honey, he started looking so musky, dingy, and dirty to me. Dirty. Mercedes was about that bad. Not this gang BS man was giving her attitude for her. Yeah, she ain't part of your little dirty, dingy gang. Who the hell do you think you are? Girl, he got unattractive in 0.5 seconds. In 0.5 seconds, he was completely unattractive. Lita say, yes, I didn't bake a cake this time. Man pissed me off. I'm telling you, he immediately started looking like he stank. Yes, he was acting like a real dust bunny. Yeah, sucking his teeth. He turned on her so quick, his old butt just want to get back in that prison. Well, get on back in there. Walk up, slap a police officer, and wait on the curb. What the hell you bothering her for? I'd have went left, told him all about his behind. Let me tell y'all something. I've always been real ignorant and too stupid to be scared. I'd have went left. I'd have told him all about his nasty, spread making, prison living, dirt daubing behind. I'd have went all the way in on his extra thick neck. Yeah, pouting and complaining. Who the hell you talking to? You can't tell me who in the world that I could talk to, hang with, dance for. Where your money at? You ain't paid one bill in this house. So if I decide to get up on that stage and juke, then that's what it's going to be. Jacob say, you ain't had to get man together like that. You know, I can't stand a Negro that's all the way beneath you, feeling like they can speak to a queen as though we was born on the same day. I promise we would. Now, I'm real cool with everybody, but I don't have no problem reminding people that we are not the same. In the words of Spice, we may have all the same things, but we are not the same thing. Okay? Kids say sometimes these dudes be in their feelings worse than us as women. Ain't but one thing about it. You could be in your feelings all you want to, homeboy, but you better always remember who you talking to. That's what let me know Mercedes is more ladylike than me, because that thing would have went left. But then again, that's Mississippi and I'm Florida. So that's a whole different thing. Y'all know we born disrespectful. It would have been real disrespectful. I'd have did everything but spit on him. How dare you? You just got through pushing up, begging and pleading, and why you not in your flaws? It was all right. You picked the side, boy. I ain't picked nothing but the money up off the floor. And speaking of which, when you put some money on my table, you drop some money and let me pick it up, and then you could tell me what to do. Sitting up there with your extra broke tail. Yeah, all his edges. You got a whole lot of nerve. You musky, wearing that dollar store deodorant with your po living behind. Cheryl say he made my blood boil pretending like he was a concerned father who was distraught. They ain't had nothing to do with no concerned father. That's Negroes trying to act like they got control or they can tell somebody what to do with nothing but lint in their pockets. You walk around with a hard D and bubble gum and nothing else. I wish a po living Negro would. I don't know, y'all. That pressed the button for me. It's something about a broke man talking too much that raised my temperature. Lala say, right, I would have went all the way down low and then scrubbed the ground with it. He would have been crying in the corner by the time I was finished telling him about himself. Sure would have. And I'd have finished it off by telling him, now go inside, borrow a bar of soap, because I know you ain't got one, and wash your little musky nuts. Ain't no way in hell. Sitting up there talking to that girl like that. You out your rabbit mind. You out your mind. Ain't no way. Right, Vet? Who he think he is? Not the same. Girl, I love that song. Okay, we got all the same things, but we are not the same thing. Let's not ever get it twisted. Don't you try it. Your black might look like mine, but baby, we are not the same thing. Alita say, I didn't see man drop not $1 when Mercedes was dancing, broke behind. Child ain't dropped $1. When you walked your funky behind in her house, you didn't leave a stack on the table. You ain't tucked nothing in her bra. You ain't say, baby girl, check your Cash App, check your Zelle, check your Venmo. And you think you could tell somebody what to do with empty pockets? You out your mind. Listen, I ain't cut out for it. Yes, go borrow a bar Irish Spring. Go borrow some. Right. Miss MO1 say, unlike Pico baby mama heavy pregnant in a nightclub talking about she want them to pop murder in the club while she in there. Right. Sitting up there looking dirty and dingy. People sitting up smoking reefer around you. You inhaling reefer smoke while you toting the whole baby. Your next inmate. You carrying inmate number V21127 in your gut. Just dingy. Low class going nowhere fast. And he got the nerve to talk to her like she the same thing. Once again, this is why you don't go beneath yourself. Now, Mercedes might not be so highfalutin, but she ain't that low down. She needed to tell man, I don't want that. That ain't what I'm looking for. Because that right there, that ain't what she need. She don't deserve that. Might have been a dancer, but she wasn't no foot dragger. Don't mess with him. He need a foot dragger. Needs to say, shoot, he didn't even bring food for the pet dog. Thank you. Ain't a girl, you better say that. You ain't dropped off a bag of groceries. You ain't paid a water bill, light bill, cable bill. You ain't put no gas in her car. You ain't gave her nothing on her hair, her nails, her feet. You ain't came and dropped off five to 7,000 and said, "Hey, go paint your car. Go get you nothing." Like you did nothing. I'm telling you. Listen. If y'all don't take nothing from this, I want y'all to be heavily offended when a broke Negro talking too much. I want you to be offended. A broke man ain't supposed to have that much to say. You need to be offended and let them know you offended and tell them why you offended. How dare you be talking over there with empty pockets? It was too much, child. It was too much. So anyway, this party over there at Ernestine's is out the door. Child, Murder showed up because apparently he decided he wasn't going on tour. Mercedes showed up with Terica and with her little fast tail. Then she figured out that Murder and Clifford had a thing. She was like, "That's you?" You know, that was cool. And then that's when they all sitting to the table. Big Bone sitting next to Diamond, and he get an unknown call, and it's the call from the jailhouse. And Keyshawn up there talking about a princess and a knight. And can you take care of that for me? Can you fix it for me? Acting pitiful, and his dumb behind get up to go do it. I didn't like that, but when I saw Big Bone watching him, I knew right then she finna get it. So anyway, the back inside, they up there messing with, fixing up the food. And Clifford's so silly to gonna tell that girl, "You keep putting all that mustard in that potato salad, you're gonna have to call it autumn night." That was funny. I don't care what nobody say. That was funny to me. Okay. It was too funny. So anyway, y'all so crazy. Yeah, she up there speaking in code, trying to put somebody in trouble. She better hope they don't use that against her because they record them phone calls on the jailhouse phone. Yeah, she did bring that big jar of pickle pig feet. I love some pickle pig feet. And I seen that jar and I wanted some. I ain't gonna lie. Yes, the pretty brown eyes on the yes, that was the one. Yep, there you go, Nisa. You say, "Here we go with that mustard again." Okay. I say Clifford clowning with that one. Now we gonna have to call it autumn night. So then Mercedes finally tell Clifford that was her last dance. And just reminding Clifford, "Hey, you the one told me to dream new dreams." So there you go. And it was so funny because Clifford was like, "Oh my God, all y'all leaving me." And it's like, it ain't no leaving you or whatever. And it was a sweet little moment because it was like, Clifford like, "Well, who I'm supposed to replace you with?" And she said, "Nobody." But that's the point. You know what I'm saying? It's only one me. That's how somebody live in your heart forever because they're irreplaceable. Sweet Sensation say Diamond should have never. After you pull a gun on me to save this clear man, but Diamond got a big heart. That's what happened when you're a bleeding heart and you always feeling sorry for people. It always costs you. Kia said, "Can we talk about Murder and Clifford dance?" We gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. Yes, that whole pan across the dance floor when he showed up, that was cute. That was very cute. But I thought that was just such a sweet moment between Clifford and Mercedes because you just like with Clifford and Big L, you could see the family ties. I feel like between Cliff and Mercedes, you can also see the family ties. I think you can really, really see it. And I just felt like that was just so beautiful. I felt like it was a beautiful moment. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed that moment. And it was just so sweet. It was just so sweet. But anyway, I had to say it because it just, I don't know. I actually wrote tear in quotation mark because it was like, "Oh, tear." It was so sweet. So anywho, then we get to Roulette. She in there with her booger sugar. Girl, yeah, Big L is a real one. Roulette in there with her booger sugar. And Nineveh confronted her and told her, "I know what you're doing," and you got the girl selling coochie or whatever. And then was like, "I'm trying to be in the stable because I could sell mine because there's a whole lot of people like what I'm selling." And I was rolling. I say, not Nineveh getting in on the act. And Nineveh ain't lying, because it's a whole lot of them like Nineveh. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna never admit to it, and a lot of times they'll pay more money because they want you to keep a secret. So I could really dig that. I could really dig that. Cheryl said I was talking about Derek. I knew who you was talking about, girl. I just figured you behind. Lord, did you say the Bussy Cat? I'm not studying you. I ain't never heard of that. Not the Bussy Cat. Oh Lord, well he say he finna sell some Bucci. That what Nineveh say. Nineveh say Nineveh got Bucci for sale. So anyway, then Murder and Cliff have this whole conversation. Yes, Roulette is becoming the Ronnie of P Valley. Yes, she is becoming Ronnie from the Players Club. So anyway, they had this conversation. You know, Mercedes went on the left and let Murder and Cliff talk. So Murder's like, I ain't going on tour. Cliff talking about you just scared of the sun, or you scared you are the sun. You like basically you scared to succeed. And it was crazy because he was like, no, I don't have to go on this tour. Even though the whole Tina Snow tour would have been big for him or whatever, opening up. And Cliff was like, anybody would be, looking for that. And he was like, I don't have to do that. If I'm really the son, like you say, then I can just be me, and I ain't got to open up for nobody. I could be the act, and I ain't got to open up for nobody, which I can respect that. And Cliff had a real point too. It's like you being impulsive, and impulse is the sister of stupidity. And I say, well, yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Impulse can be the sister of stupidity, but sometimes your impulse be right. So anyway, and he was like, you scared of love, and they had the whole feeling, the whole, moment. And he went to telling Cliff about everything with Teak, and was talking about that he couldn't love him in the light, and basically saying he felt guilty, and he felt like it was his fault, that it was partially his fault because of the fact that he couldn't love Teak out in the open, and that Teak accepted that, and it hurt him, and all the other hurt or whatever. And he told him about everything, and Cliff was like, I don't want to hold you back, and Murder tell him that ain't your call. And anyway, they had that moment, and that ended. And then when Cliff would get over there and see that Big L called him, it didn't just leave. Big L was like, I got to show you something. So when he looked in the account, 24,000 missing. Big L was funny, talking about you can click that button all you want to. That money ain't coming back. And said you should have let me offer when I told you to. Now Clifford needed a pill. He's like, now you need some of them pills that I was holding over him. And so Clifford come out there feeling good. He done took a pill, took a drink. Y'all know how it is. Sometimes you got to chase the pill with a drink. If you don't know how it is, that means you ain't never had a day like that. But apparently this was one of them days for Clifford. So they out there, the music playing, and Clifford was in a groove. Y'all know I like to get in a groove too. Child, Clifford got in a groove and was out there doing his thing, and was, in the moment, child. And next thing you know, Murder came and hugged him from behind. I say, there it go. And I knew it. I hollered. I said, I told him this was going to happen. Child, Murder said, bump it. I'm tired of being a coward. I'm going to live like I'm going to live, and you can take it any way you want to take it. Child walked up, hugged Clifford from behind, went to dancing with Clifford, kissed on Clifford, and then everybody sitting up there watching and smiling and stuff. And I thought that was a cute moment for Clifford, because I thought it was a cute moment for Clifford. And what you say? Say now, since we talked about this, you call Haley and Lil Murder coming out. I said it. I told y'all. I'm telling you, I could write this stuff. I could write. I knew how it was gonna play out. It was the only organic way for it to play out. Yes, honey. That was. But what I think was so cute about that moment was what I did think was so cute about that moment was that the look on Clifford's face, like talking about what y'all looking at. But it was the smile, like he wanted to be happy, and you not wanted to be happy. He was happy and wanted to show that he was happy, but didn't really want to just come out with it like he blushing. It was cute. It was so cute. And not that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not, glorifying one lifestyle or the other. It's not my place. It's not my business. Y'all know what the book said. You're going to do what you're going to do. But I still have an affinity and an understanding for people wanting to just be loved. And I felt like what we were seeing in Clifford was, disappointment after disappointment, rejection after rejection, closet after closet, nobody willing to say, I love you out in the open. And I think that gesture and the fact that Lil Murder was like, I'm going to say I love you in the open. If I can say I love you, I'm going to say I love you in front of everybody. And it was just like, oh, look at Clifford blushing and stuff. I was like, oh my God, it was something. And then we get to Diamond. Diamond go to the trunk. He getting suited up. He finna go do something. He gets jumped. He gets stabbed. They throw him in the trunk. It's two of them. And Big Bone is one of them. And then gonna sit there. She revealed herself to Diamond. The look on his face was everything. You see him going through all emotions of, the PTSD and being reminded of, being at war and different things like that. And when she took that mask off, it was like, oh my God, it's you. All this time, you. And she's sitting there talking about he the one killed him. And she was wrong. He wasn't the one killed him. You didn't know why he had the ring. He told you the ring was for protection. And he wasn't lying. They was trying to protect themselves against but against Montavious' ghost. It was not at all him the one that did it. But we know Diamond ain't finna snitch on nobody because he too much of a stand-up dude for that. And then what was so crazy was the fact that all the while she done looked at everybody who was involved, but took the picture of the ring in front of his face. And I still believe she only told once she saw him kiss Keyshawn because she being spiteful. I want to see what her face looked like when she found out she was wrong. And I want to know next season, hey, More Than Beauty, I want to know whether we going to see what happens with Diamond. Is he going to escape? Is he going to end up dead? Like, that's what I did not see coming. Like, I knew them people was coming. I thought it was going to be like a big shootout or something. Never did I know that they was just going to sneak him from behind and throw him in the trunk of a car. And for the dude to be like, oh, that's too easy for you, I'm going to say it. Yep, I did call it. I did. But see, this is the whole point. The whole point of it for me is that I feel like Diamond going to survive, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I feel like Diamond is going to survive is because dude made a mistake. He underestimated Diamond. He don't realize who that dude really is. They don't know enough about him. The fact that you like, oh, that's too easy for you, you assuming that this dude ain't going to be able to get free and do nothing with you. You're assuming that you have the liberty or the leisure of leaving him alive to deal with him later. That's the type of dude that you pop right then and there. And I'm just saying, if it was me and I thought that I needed to handle this cat, if I got him down, I'm ending you now. I'm not giving you a minute to regroup, to adjust to the pain, to heal up. I'm not giving you nothing. I feel like they underestimate Diamond and they're going to pay for it. But the issue is what they going to do about the Haley factor because she gone, and what they going to do about the fact that Montavious' ghost is still in the dang club. Rochelle Francine, how you doing, sis? Welcome. You say Diamond will survive. Yes, he got spiritual fire. We'll see. But I really believe just on the writing alone, I don't believe he's gonna bite it. I think he is gonna survive just because of who they wrote him as, his character. Hey, Shanika C. You said they finna torture Diamond before he escapes. Maybe, but I'm feeling like his type of persona, he can take the torture and it's gonna be all right. I think so. I think their mistake was leaving him alive. If they went ahead and popped him in the trunk, then that's that. But the fact that you like, oh, that's too easy for you, I think dude is making a mistake because you can tell you're not a match for Diamond on no level. The question is, would he be willing to snap Big Bone's neck? He should be because she's a traitor. LJ say, yeah, Diamond gonna wind up jumping through that back seat and off both of them. That's what I see coming too. Lala said exactly. In them situations, you have to handle it then and there. Otherwise, you're gonna be the one getting taken out, especially with that type of cat. Like I wouldn't, ain't no way in hell I'd have let him live. If I'm gonna do you, I'm gonna do you. We gonna go ahead and finish this and go. That's too easy for you. Big mistake, famous last words. But I ended all my notes with too many loose ends. Because now, with the way they ended this, I need season 3 to start in 2 weeks. I'm going to need them not to wait till 2023 because we got to see, because I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't care about Keyshawn. I want to see if that clear boy get that money. Now, the money is what I'm worried about. I don't want him to get the money. I also need to see what's going to happen with May and them. Is they going to take a shot at LaMurda? Is he going to try to take a shot back at them? Is he going to end up in prison again? Is this going to end his career? I want to see how the people respond to him coming out and letting them know, I don't care how you feel, this is how I'm living. I want to see what's going to happen with Mercedes and Terica and how her new life is going to go. I also want to see what's going to happen with Diamond, how he going to get out of this. And Roulette. What's going to happen with Roulette? Because now she running a whole stable out of Clifford's place. So I want to know if Clifford find out and throw her out, is this heifer going to try to open up a competing establishment, a competing strip club where the girls is over there selling coochie? Is a bunch of the girls going to leave Clifford and go over there so they can sell coochie because Clifford don't let them sell coochie at the paint? Is she going to end up getting shut down because the people find out she running a prostitution ring? Because, you know, if anything, if Patrice find out and she the man now, she going to have it shut down. You know she is. So let's see what happens next season. I got so many questions. And I want to see how Clifford respond to finding out that Nineveh is a turncoat and about to be selling Bucci. So I got a lot of questions. You say she might have a change of heart and end up freeing Diamond. If she do free him, I hope he still finish her. Don't give her another chance. You gave Keyshawn a chance, and that didn't work out, so don't give her one. Right, I need the next season in November at the latest. I agree. Right in time for Thanksgiving. Yeah, too many variables. This could go too many ways. And I need to see it play some more before I can start predicting. Right, he gonna take the money and leave. That's what I think. He gonna steal that money because he keeping her there torturing her because his family cut him off from money because of her and them children. He gonna steal that money. I don't want him to get the money. I hope somebody come get that car. Yeah, I don't trust Roulette. See, if y'all remember, let me put the stream y'all here so y'all can say what y'all want to say, because y'all see y'all got me in Reading Rainbow. And y'all see I'm hoarse. Okay? Y'all see I'm hoarse. But remember when Clifford was shut down and they were talking about a spade game, but wasn't nobody playing spades. They was just in there stripping and using Clifford's name. I feel like I could see her trying to open up a competing strip club once she get enough girls. I could just see it. Because she's a traitor too. I don't really like her like that. I did enjoy the scene where they robbed the old boy, took his car and sold it, but I don't really like her. Right. He does have the upper hand. Clifford ain't going to go for Roulette dirty work in his place. He ain't. Sure ain't now. But see, okay, let's go back to this. He fired Big L, but how much you want to bet he going to end up having to bring Big L back, and he going to end up having to let them run their drugs for a little bit. And when Roulette leave, I could see her trying to snitch about that, and Clifford going to have to get that up out of there before the people come there to catch it. But I feel like after Haley stole that money, he going to have to let Big L and Duffy keep doing their thing for a little while to try to build their bank back up because that hoe robbed them. That's what I think. No, Diamond can't get a break because as powerful of a character as he is, his Achilles heel is he has a soft spot for women. He trusts women. That's his Achilles heel. He just like Samson in the Bible. It was a hoe got Samson, and now it's a hoe done got Diamond. Yes, Alita, bottom line, the show is great. I agree. I totally agree, but this was a roller coaster ride, y'all. It was. Yep, she did it out of spite. But I could see that on her, and I didn't like her. And once again, that was Haley's fault because Clifford and Mercedes never wanted to hire her. Never wanted to hire her. Diamond is gone because of Haley. Haley did that. She brought that girl in. And I feel like she did it on purpose and then left them to deal with the mess. Say, sis, don't give them a storyline now. They need the money out of this knowledge. Okay, I get what you're saying. They need to pay for it. But I just feel like that's what's gonna happen. You know they ain't gonna listen to little old me. I ain't nobody with this little old channel. But if somebody tell them, y'all, throw your girl a couple dollars now, do the right thing. Lala said, Patrice find out what Roulette is doing, she may have to pay her off. She might. But then we saw what happened with Corbin. Corbin gave her the money and she told on him. So even if Roulette try to pay her off, she still might, might go ahead and do what she want to do anyway. She do be popping that bubble gum. I tried to pop bubble gum one time and we was at choir practice and my mama hit me in the mouth and I ain't been able to do it no more. I have tried and I still can't pop gum. Cheryl say, yeah, he'll go free and Diamond gonna get the both of them. Yep, I think so. But y'all, that's it. That's all. That's all I got to say about it. This was a lot. I put the link out there, but as usual, y'all left me in the reading rainbow. Ain't nobody got nothing to say. Okay, cool. All right. Shade Queen say, you never know who listening and sharing, child. You never do. Because I be hearing all the time, people be watching in the bushes and then go other places talking about what we said. It's so weird. Because we friendly over here. All you got to do is say, hey. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at you talking about what I said, because if I was shamed, I wouldn't have said it. Quiet Storm 87 say, that's one of them big plot holes I was talking about. How Haley and Big Bone not recognize each other, or Montavious was her. I believe that's why Haley brought that girl in. And for all we know, Haley could have been the one that told a lie on Diamond. Haley is a piece of trash. I think next season we're going to find out about a lot more dirt that Haley did do that we didn't know about. I think next season going to be a whole lot of, dang, she did that too. Dang, she did that too. I'm telling you, I think she's going to leave a lot of mess behind. Girl, Amanda Seals on Instagram getting props, calling somebody clear. I'm through. I'm so through. I don't even like Amanda Seals. That irritates me. It irritates me as much as when I heard Buffy Purcell calling somebody clear. And she married to a whole clear man. Oh. Alita said, my mama popped me too, popping bubblegum. She hates it. I'm telling you, I got in trouble for it. I ain't been able to do it since. Man, thank you. I appreciate that. Say Diamond was trained to deal with being tortured. Revenge is going to be sweet. Sure is. I wouldn't want no problems with him. He too big. I'm glad you caught alive too, sis. Dang. Shanika said, I heard other creators use the term clear people. I'm telling you. You just tried it? Well, let me put it in there again. Try again, because I don't see it. Hit it again. Hit it again. Try it again, sis. I don't know what happened either. It might have been the devil. Right, at least give me credit. Shout me out. I don't want no money. Shout me out. You say you thoroughly covered everything. Nothing else to say. Per usual, also review. Thank you so much. But it's always something else to say. I don't know everything. So I hope they don't take 2 years. They better not take 2 years for season 3, not the way they left us hanging. Now, we survived after season 1 because they didn't leave so many loose ends and explosive storylines. But after this, I need y'all to come on. And they better be on time with it, too. Lala say, I've heard it, too. I just laugh and shake my head. Okay, DH, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you so much. Wow. That's what's up. Oh, man. I am so excited. I guess baby sister can't get in. Let me try to send. I'm gonna try to send the link to your phone and see if that helps. Y'all, it look like some more updates that came in. Hold on. Bianca, this is crazy. Okay, so when you hit continue as Bianca Edwards, it's at your browser. So it's your browser. Okay, so they're telling you to follow the steps. Okay, Bianca, where it say follow these steps, that's a hyperlink. So click follow these steps, and then you're gonna enable your mic and your camera. So you got to follow the steps. I'm gonna wait here while you do it. LJ say, now in real life, Diamond is expecting a baby. Yeah, I know. And then I know Lil Murder's wife is so glad about his love interest on the show. Why would she be glad about that? I'm confused. You got to spell it out, RJ. Now, you know I be translating, but sometimes I don't know what y'all mean. Alita say, Nisi Rose, our African moms, they straight be calling us frisky popping their gum. Yeah, you can legit get hit in your mouth about popping gum. Right in your gator. For real. Right in your mouth. What you say, Lala? You say you worldwide, sis? You definitely more talented than Candy. Yeah, but you know, talent ain't enough. I got talent, but you know, she had more fortune. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in luck, but she had more, chance was on her side. Chance was on her side. She was at the right place at the right time, and things fell in her favor. And I don't begrudge her that, and nobody else either. I think I am truly the epitome of talent is not enough. It is simply not enough. It don't go like that. I don't know why, but it don't. I wish it went like that, but then I guess it can't because there's a lot of talented people. So everybody can't be, going off. Everybody can't make it. Shake, we say popping gum is a pet peeve for me. It runs my blood cold. Apparently it was for my mama too. LJ say, no, I mean that ain't no side babies popping up if he catch feelings for Uncle. You so goddamn crazy. What am I gonna do with you? I wouldn't have never put two and two together to know that's what you meant. You are too crazy. I love it. Hey, Italia. Oh, go to bed. Sweet dreams. Child, it was a lot. It was a lot. So you'll get there. I feel it, and I'll be blessed enough to say I know you. Child, I'm too old to get anywhere. All I want to do right now is keep telling this truth on this porch, making people laugh, doing my FNN updates, and making sure that these clear people that y'all elected as these elected officials do not get away with murder. At this point, I'm trying to be on my soapbox and make sure I'm telling everything. That's all I'm trying to do at this point. All right. Man, I had a good time with y'all too. I was trying to see if Bianca was gonna get her stuff working. Because y'all know how sometimes you'll hit StreamYard, those of you who have hit it, and it tells you to ask you give permission for your mic and your camera. Sometimes people hit no because they think that that's gonna put them on camera. But sometimes the issue is that it's not sometimes all the time. They just want permission for it to work. So that way if you want to use it, you can. Hey, the real RJ, where you trying to contact me at? My email right here, scrolling across the screen. I'm right there. That's all you got to do. Hit me on the email. I answer. That's what's up, DH. I appreciate you. Okay, try one more time, Bianca. I don't know what's going on. It just won't let her talk. I don't understand why I won't let my sister up. I don't know. She said she gonna try it again. If it don't work, then I don't know. Um, people do that. Like I said, all they gotta do is just, shout me out. No, I don't watch Power. I don't watch Power. I don't know. Something about the little gangster thug drug dealing shows. It don't do it for me. I don't really like them shows at all. Okay. Okay, she coming, y'all. She trying to get it together. Okay, got it. That's right. Patrice says she holds so we could fly. And you know what? I like that. I'm gonna keep that. And that Patrice need to put that on a t-shirt. Patrice needs to put it on a t-shirt, honey. She holds so we can fly. Yes. Ooh, yes, girl. That Ric Flair pole dancing. Why did you say Ric Flair? Because she had that fringe on her outfit. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, StreamYard ain't acting right. No, I didn't. Y'all know I don't care about Cosby like that unless I'm finna tell a joke about him. He turned on us a long time ago, so I really don't care what happened to him. I might be wrong, but that's really how I feel. There's no way for me to care less about Bill Cosby. Once you, in the words of Muskie Maine, once you pick your side, that's that. See, she owned her ish and people accepted it. For real. The fringe, y'all, the fringe. Uh-oh, baby sis is up here. Hey, girl.
Hey, hey.
You finally made it.
Finally made it.
Okay, so now, what does that tell you? That means you don't come holler at me. If you come holler at me, you'll know how to do that thing.
You know what? I'll be up here more often now.
There you go.
Got it together.
So now, what is your overall opinion? Because there's no way y'all can type everything you think in this chat. It's not possible.
Well, like I said, initially, the entire show was a fool. Okay? Whole show was a fool. It had me up and down. I didn't know which emotion to grasp. I loved it.
I'm telling you, it was everywhere.
But I hate how it left us off.
Me too.
It was a cliffhanger, and I don't like that. That's what I don't like.
Okay, Seanitra, that's what's up. I still ain't finna watch it. I can't give them that much attention talking about Cosby. I can't. but but this was the thing. Okay, so when it comes to Diamond, do you think he's gonna escape in the car? Do you think he's gonna escape after they get where they're going? Do you think they're gonna be able to actually kill him?
I don't think they're gonna be. I don't think they're gonna actually be able to kill him. I think it's gonna take for him to get where they're going to actually get to actually escape.
Oh, you think like when they open the trunk, he gonna burst out on them?
No, I think when he saw the guns, it shook him a little bit. So I think he gonna just relax, and then when they get him to wherever they're gonna take him, that's when he gonna escape. Like
he gonna hit him with that GI Joe action because he one of them GI Joes.
He is. Oh, you right.
See there, I heard that fast girl talking about. Ooh, I heard that. Okay,
He fine.
Y'all is fast. That's all I'm gonna say because y'all was in here calling Muskie Maine fast last time. Because that's his new name, Muskie Maine.
Not Muskie.
Muskie Maine. because he got real musky immediately. The minute he started talking with empty pockets, he got musky.
Yeah, he did. I don't like him. I don't
I
care
don't
for him
like
at
him.
all. At
And
all.
I had liked him in the beginning.
Mm-mm.
I did. I liked him in the beginning. You know, I ain't gonna front. I like a good old criminal sometimes. But the fact that you musky, I don't like you.
Mm-mm. He remind me of a character. What is the name of that damn show? I mean, that daggone show.
Yo, hold on. Niecy just hit a point. He got the upper hand because they put him in the trunk of his own car.
Oh, you right.
With all them weapons in there. Oh, they dumb as hell.
She absolutely right. I ain't even think about
God
that.
darn it, Niecy. Niecy done cracked the code. Y'all need to hire the entire royal family to write y'all script for you. The whole crew. Y'all need the whole crew. Because Niecy done cracked the code. Y'all throw the man in the trunk with his own weapons. Oh, man. Go ahead. You say main remind you of who now?
I Am Weasel. Do anybody remember that?
Girl, I love I Am Weasel.
He remind me of I Am Weasel.
I Am Weasel. Yes. Oh, my gosh. So I wasn't the only one watching Adult Swim?
Nope.
God darn it.
Not at all. That's exactly who he remind me of. I never trusted him. If you look like a weasel, smell like a weasel, sound like a weasel, you're a weasel.
I Am Weasel. God darn it. Alita say, yep, Bianca, you right. Like I said, Diamond man shifted to war mode. He having flashbacks. Yeah, when he started having them PTSD flashbacks, I'm like, dude finna click out on y'all. This ain't finna go right. They playing with a whole G.I. Joe, and this G.I. Joe big as hell. You need to play with a little bitty G.I. Joe, the one you can hold in your hand. I'm telling you, if I had Diamond in my sights, I'd have sent him on home to glory right then. Ain't no way in hell I'd have let him stay there to deal with me.
But when you say he big, you got to say big and fine.
Nah, that joker just big.
And fine.
That's what you say. He too yellow for my liking. But when I look at somebody that big, all I see is big. You're tall and you're large. Yeah. That means that you're strong and you fast. That's a problem for me.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's a lot
for
of
me.
muscle.
And I look at stuff like that, and y'all listen, don't blame me, blame my mama. She always told me, don't deal with nobody that's got that much of an upper hand on you. If you got to be one or the other. If you bigger than me and you strong, okay, I can bite that. But you stronger and you smarter and you not smarter, but you stronger and you faster than me. I don't like big dudes that's quick like that. That puts me in another headspace.
You right about that one.
I'm serious. I don't care how much. Right. I don't care how much your face may look nice. I'm sizing you up. I'm thinking about what's going to happen on Mad Day. Because eventually I'm going to piss you off. I'm trying to figure out if you the kind that's going to click. I'm trying to figure out if you click, can you handle me? What can you do to me? How much damage am I going to sustain if you click?
I absolutely agree. But what I can say,
I don't play like that. A dude as big as him, you tall, you got long limbs, which is an indication that you fast. You move real quick, you light on your feet. No, sir. If I get you dead to rights, you going home. Take you to the king is what I'm finna do. I'm not giving you an extra 30 seconds to deal with me. No way. Niecy said they was the dumbest kidnappers in that moment. Oh, yeah. And Miss Thing showing her face like, okay, got you. Girl, you better hope he don't get loose and deal with you.
And one thing I can say is I will not be a Keyshawn in that situation.
Not Hell
no. Not at all.
No, sir. Listen, let me tell you something. The worst thing that a man can be to me is a threat. If I see you as a threat, one of us leaving here.
One of us.
And I got my money on you.
Listen. If I would give her the benefit of the doubt, if she did not, if she was scared, whatever, when he was just messing with her. But when he touched my child,
I don't understand that. I don't understand him
I
messing
don't
with
understand
you.
it either. I
Let me
don't.
tell you
I said
something.
benefit of the doubt because if anybody lay anything on me, it's
Let
you
me tell
know,
you something.
you know behind you know.
You Here's the thing. You can't cuss at me.
No.
I'm just being real. You can't cuss at me. You
Yes,
don't raise.
not at all.
You can't raise your voice at me, dog.
Mm-mm.
Because let me
Yeah.
tell you something that I don't do. I don't argue. I don't raise my voice. I don't curse. I don't name call. We can call Papa right now. He'll tell you. As long as he's had me, I've never done those things. So, being that I don't do that, you can't do that with me.
At all.
Like when I say never, not on your life.
At
Don't
all.
you do that. Because the minute you raise my voice, now I'm offended. I feel like you just assaulted me. By the time you put your hand on me, I hope that your heart is right with the Lord.
Come on.
Now, at that moment, I feel like the responsible thing is for me to stop and ask you, do you know the Lord and the pardoning of your sins?
If I can get it out first.
I feel like that's the responsible thing to do because, we got to protect the brand. Let's make sure that you can make it home because you finna leave here.
Mm.
I don't want you to get stranded along the way, but you clearly got to go.
Well, baby, at that point, I don't care where you're going, but you
Listen, I
get up
try,
out of here.
but you know me, I try to be responsible.
You do. You do.
I know who I work for. I ain't trying to get fired.
You do. But guess
But you
what?
put your hands on me, I'm going to assume that you're trying to buy a ticket. And I'm going to do my best to make sure you get where you need to go.
Hence why I say everybody who's saying poor Keyshawn.
Yeah, you got your mind.
Nah. Nope.
Poor
Not over
Keyshawn, my
here.
foot.
Not over here.
Yeah,
Keyshawn
I
set that
can't do it.
boundary. She set the boundary when she let him beat him and then she took him back. I mean, she let him beat her, took him back. Do it again, take him back. That's you, sis. That's the life you want to live.
But
Because
you
you had
stayed there and kept having babies in that situation. If you wanted him to
listen.
beat you, why did you have multiple children with somebody already beating your tail? Didn't you have an idea that your children might be next?
Listen. And
Didn't it cross your mind that your poor babies might be next?
not only that, the fact that it got to your kids, okay? It got to the fact he's beating on you. You ain't want to do nothing. Then it got to the fact that he's harming your children. They can't defend themselves. They're 2, 3, 4. They
Yeah.
can't defend themselves. And then you let him break the arm and go back? Girl.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Girl, bye.
Listen, I ain't gonna never understand that. I can't understand you touching me and trusting me. If you ever hit me, don't trust me.
Listen.
If I don't handle you right then and there, it's probably because I sized you up and I knew I couldn't handle you toe to toe, which means I'm probably about to fight dirty. I'm probably about to sneak you.
Listen, I've
You're not
always
go-
said
Yeah,
it.
you can't trust to eat nothing in here no more. You can't sleep in here no more.
Mm-mm.
You can't go to the bathroom in here no more, man. You can't even drive your car in peace. Nothing is about to be safe for you ever again.
Right. At that point, she should have been preparing a future for her children because she knew she was going to be gone for the rest of her life.
Right.
And that's it. And that's it. That's all. And I don't even have kids, but that's it. That's all.
Yeah, I can't understand it. And the fact that you let him beat you in front of your children, that's why that character pissed me off so bad. Because, right, Nisa say blinking wouldn't be safe. Yeah, right. In the time it take you to blink, I'm probably gonna be done got you.
Listen.
But this is the thing. I'm looking at it like, okay, I know in my life, I'm a mother. I went through divorce. Nothing I'm proud of, but that's life. Things happen. I can remember a period of time where, I was between husbands. It happens to the best of us. And I can remember during that time where if you confronted me or we had an altercation, you had a better chance if my children were not around. The minute my children are around, that brings out the absolute worst in me.
Yep.
My things get real sharp when my kids are around. Like at that point, we all finna leave here. Either you about to do me, or I'm finna do you.
or we gonna do each other. But guess what?
Something about to get done.
Some.
And that's what I didn't like about her. Your children are there, but where's your instinct? Where's that primal instinct to protect?
Mm.
She's too weak for me. I didn't like her. I didn't like her.
Oh, and that's the problem. That's the problem. These weak individuals. That's what I don't like.
But if we got to be real, though, that was the realism that these people exist. There are women who are just as weak as Keyshawn. They exist.
Yes.
As much as we revel in our strength as Black women, there are still some weak dingbats like Keyshawn.
I agree. I agree. And that's a whole different conversation for a whole nother day. But I 100% agree. 100. 100.
Mm-hmm.
100. Because it can stop with us.
It can.
If you stop giving them what they want for what they want it for, then they won't have a choice but to abide because they want it.
And see, I feel like you're right on that note. But I think the sisters over here, especially, have been brainwashed into thinking that these characters have more value than they actually do.
Not at all.
They have very little value, if we're going to be completely honest. Very little value.
Absolutely.
And what's sad is a lot of our sisters see value in just them being present, offering nothing, bringing nothing to the table. I'm trying to figure out how you got value with empty pockets. That's like musky mane.
But who giving them? Who are the people that's making them think they have this value? Who?
People like mustard yellow. Keep your head up, king.
Not keep it down.
Yeah, put your head down. She said, keep your head up, king. That's why they think they got value. Because they got people calling them kings when they're not even, they're not even a court jester. The king won't even allow you to visit the palace.
Exactly.
You ain't even allowed to stop by. Not you.
But you the one.
But that's why they believe that. Because they got, their fellow dust bunnies, their female counterparts, telling them, keep your head up, king. And sisters who come from something, lowering their real estate so they can run behind them.
Mm-mm.
That's why they think they got value. Won't nobody tell them the truth.
And that's exactly why I said everybody who's saying poor Keyshawn, ain't no poor. Ain't no poor. Poor what? No.
Yep.
She knew what she was doing. She made her bed and now she got a lie in it.
Sure did.
Done. And I'm glad. Bravo. Good riddance.
Right. Nissa said just throwing the crown around all willy-nilly. I'm trying to figure out. Usually, if you're a king, at one point you were a prince. And in order to be the prince or the crown prince, wouldn't your father have had to be royalty? Half of these Negroes talking about their kings don't even know their daddies. Your daddy was the village idiot. So how did you become the king? How are you an heir to the throne? I have so many questions.
So many.
Who announced you as the crown prince? Who told you that? I'm just curious, just asking for a friend.
Who? Don't please.
I mean, but am I right, ladies? In order to be a crown prince, your father would have to be a king. And who your daddy?
You're absolutely right.
Who is your daddy? Wouldn't your mama have to be a queen? Aren't queens married into the palace?
Come on.
I'm just saying, I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes. I'm just wondering. I'm going to quit before I knock on the wrong door. But I'm just saying. That, there's certain standards. Royalty has standards. I'm just saying.
As they should.
As they should. But we got a bunch of clowns and village idiots that's being told by dust bunnies, keep your head up, King.
Mm-mm.
Keep your head up, King.
Nah, what you saying, sis? They need to put it right on back down.
Put your head down.
You ought be shamed.
Put your head right. Where is your lineage, sir? You are the son of who? Who is the son of who? From which clan?
Because what's happening?
From which bloodline?
What's happening?
Who your people?
What legacy are you building?
Thank you. Half of them can't even go back 2 generations good. And you talking about choose the king. Hey, little.
Hey, girl.
Come on, Niecy.
Hey, Bianca.
Hey,
so child.
Hey, I wanted to just chime in about this king thing because that really does just really sets me off when guys talk about I'm the king and I'm supposed to be the king. So I just kind of wanted to talk about that for a little bit. Okay, well, as many of you know, I'm from Africa. My grandfather had 5 wives at the same time, okay? Living on the same block. They all have their own homes. And my mom has 23 siblings. Mm-hmm. That man took care of his family, each and every one of his home. Okay. When I share this story with my friends and guys and stuff, they're like, well, that's how you're supposed to be. It's like, no, he took care of his family. Okay, those women his wives did not have to need or want for anything. He took care of it. Right. He took care of every one of them. Okay, so he was the king in our family, and let me not get into it with one wife because they will all jump up on him, and set him off. So I grew up seeing that, and he really displayed what a man should be and how he should, even though he had 5 wives, but he knew how to take care of his home, his wives, and his children. He took care of all of them.
But you know what's funny, sis? We have men over here in this country talking about they want to practice polygamy with no finances.
Come on.
Exactly.
They don't realize polygamy means that you would have to provide for each of those households.
Right.
And polygamy is there for creating heirs. You don't create heirs when you have nothing to leave. You have no inheritance to leave.
Right.
So you're creating heirs to what? What will all these many children inherit? Your debt?
That part. That part. So
that's the part that worries me. And like you said, they took care. My father had 1 wife. My grandfather had 1 wife. And they treated those women. They married them legally, honestly. All their children were born in their houses, not in the street. And then you married her after she gave you 2 or 3 children and you disgraced her. They married their wives properly. They committed they performed every rite that was necessary in order to marry those women into their houses. Mm-hmm. They took care of them and their children. Nobody suffered for anything. And when their daughters were married out, the men had to come and see our fathers. To ask permission to marry their little princesses.
Yeah,
exactly.
But then you will have a dust bunny like Andre and a dust bunny like Autumn Night, Keyshawn, Autumn Night, Lakeisha Savage, Colton, whatever the hell her name is, talking about keep your head up, king. What kings? Where do you see a king?
What?
Right.
Nowhere.
Where?
Nowhere.
But that's why he feels so self-important. Sitting up there with his chest stuck out like he's the cock of the walk.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. That's where they get all this ego from. We saw the actual dynamic that creates it.
Right.
A dingy, dusty heifer talking about keep your head up, king. And an ignorant woman who had everything and lowered herself down to chase behind him because she was telling herself that he had more value than he had.
And I mean, until this day, my grandfather's legacy still lives on. You know, we were able to build a school in our village in his honor. We just finished building a library. His legacy is living on. So he wasn't one of those that just had kids and had all these women. You know what I'm saying? And it's very unfortunate that you know, people don't really see that, you know, being a king is much more than just the word. You
But
know.
here's the thing: people with no nobility have no understanding of what a king actually is.
Mm-hmm.
What good is it when a woman that is not of noble background is sitting up talking about some keep your head up, king? How would she know a king when she saw one? The only king she knows is Burger King.
Exactly. That
Seriously,
part. Yep.
when has she been in the presence of actual royalty to be talking about keep your head up, king?
Yeah.
And he's sitting up there looking like the self-important mangy dust bunny that he is. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, y'all know, leader, you know, I never liked Andre. Not from season one. I never liked him.
I didn't either. He just looked hungry to me, and I can't be with nobody like that. He just looks malnourished and just
You
ugh.
can just see the bones on the side of his shoulders at the top of his
Yeah.
shirts and everything.
I might
It's
break you. I don't want to be with a man that I might break. You know, it wasn't working
child.
for me.
He looks like if you stand too close, you're gonna catch the mange. You're gonna start itching. I think he got mange for real. If Andre came anywhere near me, I'm telling you, I would start swinging. Just back up.
Yeah.
I'm serious. He looks like if you shake his hand, if you don't get mange, you're gonna get the monkeypox or something.
Not the monkeypox.
The monkeypox.
Yeah, and his I don't know what you want to call. I can't even call her a wife. You know, just up in there trying to prep him up. It's like, girl, why you chasing after this man? Like, but like you said, you know, she married down. You
Sure
know,
did.
and
And he drug her down to his level because she was feeling neglected and ignored and unloved because she was unloved. She lowered herself, lowered her landscape to be in there trying to be the American Idol, get caught, and now you begging him.
Ain't no way.
No way in hell.
There's no absolute way. Uh-uh.
No
okay,
way.
well, sis, I got a question for you. So, do you think she's like one of those that it was trying to make him out to be something that he really didn't have the ability to be? You know, when women try to get with men and they try to change them, and I'm using like quotations here, you know, is that something that you think that she was trying to do was to change him and be something that he really was not?
Mm.
What I think she was doing was because her father's a lawyer. I think she was trying to find somebody that fit the bill because he went to law school or whatever. He fit
Mm-hmm.
the bill. He lied about his background. And so she thought she had herself something. And then once she saw that he was nothing, rather than just cut her losses and say, I misjudged, I got duped, I'm walking away, she did what a lot of women do. We try to just hang on in there and hope that nobody sees the big mistake that we made. Sometimes you come out better to just say, I made a mistake. I thought I knew what I was looking at. This dude is nothing that I thought he was, and I'm walking away.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought she was a
Because,
fool.
huh?
I thought she was a fool because the fact that your father is a lawyer, then it seems like you could have gotten away with a little bit more, or you could have gotten a little bit more lineage. So I feel like she was a fool. Once she found out what he was about, then she should have dropped it right then and there, did whatever she had to do to get away, and then her dad could have backed up on the back end if she needed him. But she had Clifford them that would have taken care of everything. So I feel like
Oh,
everything.
you talking about Keyshawn. We
Yeah.
talking about Andre wife
Oh,
over there in Atlanta.
I dropped down. Sorry, y'all.
No,
My
it's cool.
bad.
But this the thing. When it comes to that, she could have done it. Of course, she could have gotten away. But I think her issue was socially. And what happens with black women a lot of times, and y'all know I said I think that's what happened with Candy. You get this thing where you can be successful and people will heckle you because you ain't got no husband.
Yeah.
And I think once she married him, she thought she knew what she was looking at, and then she found out he was not what she thought he was.
Yep. You're right.
And a lot of times, again, like Candy, she see what it is. She ain't stupid. That's why she got so mad at what Marlo said. Don't want to cut your losses and say, you know what, he played me, you got me, and walk off. They still want to hang on because of their pride. You don't want to admit that this person really got you. They really played you.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. I'm back on track now.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened to a leader phone. Maybe it just dropped. But I think that's really where she is with it. I think she hanging on for dear life. This man, you got to look at it. He telling her to her face, I didn't, it wasn't love. Oh, phone battery low. Okay, thanks, sis. But I think that's what it was. He told her flat out, it wasn't the prospect of love. I was there for legacy.
Right.
Somebody telling you, I was with you for the come up. I was with you because you could make me into something. You could legitimize me.
Yeah.
You as a woman could give me legacy that I couldn't give myself. That's why I was tripping when people was mad at Bishop Jakes, which y'all know I ain't no fan of Jakes, but Jakes told the truth. Emmy, what's the matter? Okay, but I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still being mama. But they was mad at Jakes when Jake said, don't be pouring into a man. You allow a man to pour into you. She let him come into that situation while she poured into him. Had her father prepared to pour into him for her. To try to help him become something better. It never works out. When you pour into that man, whatever you help him to become, he's going to resent you for it. And as soon as he get on his feet, he's going to kick you in your behind. You asking for trouble. Allow him to pour into you. You stop that. So I think that's interesting. Lord Cheryl says she don't want nobody's debt or baggage. Thanks, but no thanks. Mm-hmm. That fixer upper stuff. Well, I think she really thought she had herself something though, Seanitra. Because remember, he sat there and admitted that he lied to that girl. Y'all remember that he admitted to it. He did that. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard either. But that's all right. We done been on here too long anyway. We need to go. Because we'll be running our mouths all night. And I'm not finna do it. I'm finna get up off of this live is what I'm about to do. So listen, y'all get some rest. I love you. For real, for real. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. If there's any more news or things that come up that I got to cover, y'all know I will come back with an FNN special report. But other than that, we'll have our regular FNN updates and funny papers tomorrow. And I hope y'all have a wonderful night tonight. And I will check on y'all then, okay? I love you guys. Make sure you hit them free buttons for me. Hit the like button because you know it's free. Hit the notification bell. It's also free, okay? And click all so you know every time we go live on this porch. And make sure that you hit the subscribe button. If your subscribe button is red, turn it gray. If it's red, you are not subscribed. Please subscribe. It's free. And we'd love to have you. And it also helps out with the algorithm so they suggest us to more people. Man, let everybody come have a good time on this good porch. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful night. And remember, God loves you. I love you. And ain't nothing you can do about it. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.